metaphysicals. I'm the metaphysicals. It's over. They get it together. I want to give some shout outs. Let's give a shout out to Sean Cappuccino, Juan De Dios, Ron Magana, Bo Lloyd, Jose Valencia, Leisure Suit Gavin, and Tim Curtis. I want to give a shout out to my man Costantino, whatever his fucking name, Brent fucking Roth. I want to give a shout out to my brothers at Death Squad, whether it's Harlem, Nashville, Cincinnati, Ogallala, Nebraska. We got you, motherfucking Death Squad. I want to give a shout out to the fucking church community, you bad motherfuckers. Don't quit. Don't ever fucking quit. Take your dick out and say, I'm here. I'm going to... I got emotional. That's the second. It's Wednesday. You know, that's Wednesday. You got to do it. So, yeah. I got no dates on the book for May. I got a bunch of them in June. We'll talk about them in June. For May's over, yeah. Yeah, who gives a fuck? We have 3 more days, whatever. Don't forget, get your shit together. On it. Hulu Plus. Do what the fuck. Tell them about Hulu, dog. You're sitting there like a fucking bum on that.
No, I'm not. Well, now that the show's over, don't forget to sign up for your free trial of Hulu Plus and start watching your favorite hit shows right now. Go to joeydiaz.net and click the Hulu Plus banner for your extended free trial, or go to huluplus.com/Joey. Again, click the Hulu Plus banner on joeydiaz.net or go to huluplus.com/Joey.
That's right. Go to the webpage, look at the dates, get yourself a little fucking t-shirt. We got tank tops. I talked to JR. We're going to make a flying Jew commemorative t-shirt. I love JR. You know, he's a JR tries really hard. I love him. He's a good fucking dude. He had ideas, design it. So we're going to work on a fucking flying Jew t-shirt.
I love it.
Put all this shit together for the flying Jew. It's like, it's time for the flying Jew to put a yarmulke on. Fly around, just pee on people. When's the last time you spread some? That's what you never peed on that chick.
I never peed on anybody.
She should have peed on her foot when she was sleeping. That would have gotten you. She whacked off in her suit. She got her from every direction. They like the Filipinos on Dow and Hollywood Boulevard. You put your feet in the water with rocks and they suck out the impurities. Yeah. Well, you should have peed on her feet. Your piss would have gone into her feet. Would have got all on it. She would have smoked your little Jew thing. You know what I'm saying? You got to think this way. You got nothing else going on. You got to hit it with your mind.
I feel like this is the reason why weed isn't legal. Because you have ideas like you got to piss on her feet so it seeps in and it makes them horny. I feel like whatever level
you got on foot and then you coat it with alpha brain, like a chicken color. Really, you understand?
I feel like whatever level of weed you're smoking, like that should be the max. Like a little bit less is okay, but whatever you're doing every day is too much.
I love you guys. Have a great week. Hulu, I love you guys. Did you mention it's only $7.99? Correct?
$7.99 a month.
$7.99 a month. My wife went on it. She fucking loved it. That's a great show on it. I think your movie's on there, the Juice movie.
Yeah, Fat Ticket Nearly. I love this. I haven't posted. Yeah.
I love you guys. Have a great weekend. Don't forget to listen to the podcast. We open it up on Friday. A live podcast for Sunday. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Oh, this little fart there.
She shit himself on the podcast.
All right. Please, cocksucker. On it. I love you. Go to honor.com and put in the church. Get your fucking 20% off. Get on the mailing list. When they start sending out ropes, you can hang yourself with one. I love you, cocksuckers. Have a great weekend. JoeyDiaz.net.
Trust is a really hard thing to build and a really easy thing to destroy, and we have to be very respectful about that. Our partnership with iHeart has really helped us build that trust and that relationship with the on-air talent. The best thing for us to do is to build a relationship with our consumers, and if those consumers have a relationship with the DJs that are on air, then we want to build on that. Absolutely, Zagan, which is one of our most successful, if not the most successful DJ we've ever done for a show. Audio is a core part of that. It's the definitely one audio company. iHeart Media gives marketers access to very high live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow such as media company. iHeart Media is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel sad, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With powerful, free, and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need. Call or text our phone line 833-317-4673
This episode is brought to you by Hulu Plus. With Hulu Plus, you get total control to watch thousands of shows whenever you want, whenever you want. Binge on full seasons and watch your favorite current show hosts like Community, South Park, SNL, and more. Right now, my listeners can get an extended free trial of Hulu Plus by going to huluplus.com/Joey. That's huluplus.com/Joey.
If you don't live, you live. Go out there, sling dick, and make the best of it. It's Monday, cocksucker. What's going on with you little prick? You cocksucker. Crying. So the minute I come in here, you're all discombobulated. It's Monday.
I'm not discombobulated.
You're texting some broad. You're playing back. You went out with this other broad last night.
I don't like it when you're happy. When you're happy, you give me too much shit.
I'm happy. What the fuck don't you want? When I'm mad, I give you.
When you're mad, you're just quiet. You're just like, whatever. When you're happy, okay. This edible we're gonna eat today.
Well,
You've been talking to me for like 4 days.
It's stressing you out. It's just stressing you out. You just eat it and go to bed. It's like you're not eating, driving the fall.
That's normally what I do.
And banging a fucking Chinese. But
You've been calling pictures. Okay. For people who give me shit, let me explain to you what he does. He's been calling me for like 5 or 6 days that he's known about this. And he hears this, he's like, it's too much for me, man. This is gonna be bad. Click. The next day, get ready for it. You're gonna see the devil. Click. For like 6 days, twice a day. This is too much.
When you go to a fucking movie, right? Don't they show you previews?
Yeah.
I'm giving you previews.
You're not giving me previews.
On the phone.
You're giving me, let's see how much I can get this Jew to freak out. And now in front of all our friends, you're like, oh, I'm all tough. You told me you had one year to throw the rest away because it was too strong and freaking you out. Your cats were liking it. They were running around.
Fucking other guy making up shit. Listen, for all you people know, it's a beautiful day to be alive. You should think I don't listen to this fucking photooftheday. This fucking stop making juice. This fucking
making up
crying shit. I come in here, he's got this face sound like he's lost his fucking dog. You don't even have one.
I feel like I'm gonna find a dog.
Like a fucking savage this week.
Oh.
They were throwing grapes in your mouth and rubbing your fucking toes. I come in here, you're sitting there like a bump on a log again, watching that fucking ESPN.
Yeah, I'm watching ESPN
for fucking blow up
for 10 minutes before you get
here. You give a fuck about sports, cocksucker. Get up. You should be writing poetry, jumping jacks, reciting shit, philosophy, reading Nietzsche. The fuck ESPN. Cut it out. What are you depressed about?
I'm not depressed about
Let me
shit.
give you a fucking story, all right? Andy Dolores, one of my favorite people in the world, the best edible companies out there. All right, my girl Miranda, I love her to death. She's a fucking great lady. Andy Dolores is coming out with a new product. It's a 500 milligram fucking brownie chocolate cupcake with vanilla icing. Just the vanilla icing alone will give you goosebumps on your neck, okay? So she sent me this. I got 2 of them, and I took one, I cut it in half, and I left it by the bread. I put the bread. And I cut it again, and I ate a quarter, and then I ate the other quarter, and I forgot that I'd eat.
How do you forget that you ate it?
Because you're living your fucking life. You're not dwelling in this edible. I hate what's gonna happen. You're just living your fucking life. That's a good time. You're gonna chill, relax. You're gonna see life for what the fuck it is. All right. Sometimes you see it from behind the whatever. Anyway, I ate this thing, and my wife went to yoga, and I was watching a baby. And meanwhile, I forgot that I had eaten this fucking thing at 7:30 in the morning on Saturday, and it just hit me. It overwhelmed me, but what really killed me was the baby was sitting on me, and I had to pee. She was asleep, and I couldn't wake her up, and I was starting to get anxiety from how the fuck I was going to pee and get up. My wife came in, that's what happened. That's what gave me the anxiety. It wasn't the edible. I realized a couple hours later that the edible was fucking strong. I mean, it was really goddamn strong. It's delicious. Wait till you taste it. But yesterday I was fucked up too. Yesterday, really? She go to church.
Jesus.
Sure I did. What the fuck you think you're doing, man? Gotta go to church prepared. Prepared for the fucking church. Sober. Smoke something. Shoot some heroin.
That was an awesome weekend, man. Thanks for including me in a bunch.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man, let me tell you something. I was gonna baptize my child one way or another for about a month. I was thinking about New York City. I was gonna take it back and have my friends and the whole thing. Then I really started thinking about it. I said, hey, she's not gonna remember nothing. So it really doesn't fucking matter on me. As much as my wife said that to me that day, that I keep my past close to me, I keep it close to me to remind me, and I keep it close to me for different things. I didn't want to go back there because I wanted her to have her life here. That's not her life. That was my pathetic fucking life. That's not doing it. So I decided to have it here where my family is here. Did you see those people at that table yesterday?
Yeah.
They're my family. Felipe Spars, Bactain, my acupuncturist, Stacy Concludo, Publicity Company. I've known them since day one. Ralphie called, a couple people called and said they couldn't make it, blah, blah, blah. I didn't invite everybody. I just invited the people. I didn't want movie stars or Hollywood. I didn't want none of that shit.
Yeah.
My friends. That's all that matters to me. My fucking friends at the end of the week.
But it's crazy. You talked about it for a while, but it's I took like about 200 pictures just because I just kept pressing take the picture. And you talked about like you said like all that matters is that Terry's happy. Like there's some pictures, and I haven't seen you guys since she was around a month old, and I haven't seen her for a couple months because you're always gone during the weekends, and I'm always working. But I saw her like 2 or 3 times this weekend, and she's just adorable. She's great.
You could get half of food. I ate the bulk of it. I saw what you did. I saw what you did.
I'm cutting it in half. There's no way I'm eating all this. I'll eat this.
Eat that right.
Fuck you, 30 milligrams.
I'm watching you. Come on.
I am. Give me
Right, go.
a second. Jesus
I'm like
Christ.
sitting out there looking at it's done with the water and the whole thing. You're gonna. There you go. With some water. Where's the other piece? Do the other piece.
It's gonna go. I'll have another.
I'm watching you, cocksucker. It's healthy. And by the way, for you people that are local, this is how we roll the church. What's happening now? Friday, the 7th. The 7th, from 4 to 8. Andy Dolores is doing a sampling at my favorite place.
Which one?
The one I like is Divine Wellness.
Yeah.
4 to 8. I'll be there at some point. I got a meeting. I got a couple things to do. But I will be there for 2 minutes or so. So if you're there, I'll bring some t-shirts for you. Friday, the fucking 6th or the 7th, 4 to 8. Andy Dolores will be at Divine Wellness on Lancashire Boulevard. Be there or be fucking square. Let's get down, Lee. What's going on? How you doing? We had a great time. You know, one of my friends came in from out of town. It was funny. I don't like fucking bars. I don't like going anywhere. But I had to entertain this cocksucker. He's a dear friend. I knew when he came out, he's a longshoreman. He goes to bed early. And he wakes up early. So 8 o'clock, he goes to bed in the East Coast. It's 5 o'clock here.
Yeah.
I had my fucking hands full. The first night when he came in, I picked him up Thursday. Me and Lee, my wife and the baby, went over to what was his name?
Salsa and beer.
Salsa and beer on Sherman Way.
Yeah.
Fucking Lancashire. Delicious. Best Mexican food around. Cheap as fuck. I think we all ate for $50 fucking bucks. I had steak. Tell him how long the shrimp lasted on my dish.
Well, I didn't know how stoned you were, but the food came. I traveled a few minutes late, and he got his food, and there were probably 5 or 6 shrimp. I'm not sure that you didn't take all those shells off. Like you, you just inhaled it. I don't think you
Inhaled it. I was fucking starving. So we went to salsa and chips Thursday night from there.
And I love how you call every time there's any person that speaks Spanish, everyone's primo.
Primo, that means cousin.
And you're just yelling across the restaurant, primo!
Factory in Long Beach.
Yeah, that was cool.
And that was cool. And then from there, we dropped James home because he was busy. You know, he don't like dirty language.
He doesn't?
No.
Oh, he was laughing at the stuff you said?
Oh, yeah, he was laughing because he's my buddy, and I'm his buddy, and I'm his brother. But another thing about him, he's very straight. He doesn't like when I say fucking ethnic jokes.
Oh, really?
He don't like when I smoke pot. He don't like none of that shit. But we've been friends since we were 15. When we were 15, we did everything.
Mm-hmm.
We did everything. He was the one that drove us down the shore. We stole 17 grams of blow. We got down there all coked up. We touched the beach. We all looked at each other and we get back in the car. We drove 3 fucking hours to get right back in the car and come home. And Bro and I used to go to a lot of fucking movies together as a kid. That was our connection.
Yeah.
You know, if you see who his normal friends are, you go, Joe, where the fuck do you fit? All this. Well, he hangs out with 3 or 4 people that are crazy like me, and they're really bad. He never judged me. 35 years later, he's my friend. You know, he's come out to Colorado to visit me.
Oh, really?
He came out to Seattle and visited me, and now he's in Los Angeles. Every 10 years, he makes a fucking appearance. I really love him. I'm looking for a godfather for the child. I wanted somebody who was a father, by his own kids. Because when you're a godfather, like I said before on the show, my mother died in an early age. When you're a godfather, you fulfill that void.
Yeah.
My godfather, I grew up in a criminal fucking Cuban element. My godfather, from the ages of, I could remember 5 to 15, my godfather was a soldier. I fucked him years later. Until now, I feel really bad. Now I want to go to Miami and shoot him. He's like 85, so we're getting the justice. But I wanted my daughter to be able to fly back east.
Yeah.
Family, and somewhere to go.
And then the godmother too. You love her. You always talk about her.
Yeah, the godmother is my wife's friend. She's got 4 kids. You see the daughter.
Yeah, you love that girl. I saw pictures. In some of my pictures, like I just remember because she was sitting right.
My wife has no fucking friends. My wife had 2 friends. Both of them told her to fuck themselves when she's done it.
Oh, really?
So my wife was really sensitive about that shit. My wife don't give a fuck. So when my wife has a book, she's just happy as shit.
Yeah.
We got each other. It's the most important thing. But over the couple of years, my wife's been making little fucking connections with little people and shit like that. And Janice was one of them. At the wedding, the first time I met Janice,
Yeah.
they worked together. And I got in there, and Janice was sick. And she showed up to the wedding, and she helped my wife with all these details. Not to mention, she has 4 kids. She's beautiful. She's got 4 fucking kids, that lady. Wow. And her husband's cool as shit. He's a paparazzi.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he takes pictures of people, chases them down the car.
But I was so surprised. Like right as they were leaving, like, Jade, excuse me, thank you so much for coming. I was like, well, who is this person? And she got all nervous, and then you were making faces at her.
Oh, I loved her. And I felt so fucking guilty. They said that he wasn't really into basketball, so I had like a gift certificate to Toys R Us. Gift certificate to her godparents, and I had to take it to a church. And that's it. That's where my introduction to the church ends.
Yeah, I was thinking about that yesterday. I didn't want to ask in front of everyone, but like, were you thinking yesterday? Like, were you thinking about your mom a lot yesterday?
Yeah,
I would think you would.
Big day. The last 2 days, big long day. Big, just little things. Little fucking remembrances of what that meant to me growing up. I was in the church. The priest was talking about the 3 oils. I'm like, Vaseline. I still got it, even in my mind.
That was a cool priest. I was thinking about it during the service because I've probably been to 2 or 3 Catholic things, and I don't know if it was just him or if it's all, but it's like for Jewish services it was a joke, but Dr. Amy and I were saying it would have been 2 hours. We would have been standing up and down, and we wouldn't have understood any of it. But like it was so intimate. Like he wasn't out up at the stand. He was just talking to like the.
No, we loved that. It was just us alone. We signed up for that Saturday. I goes, you know what? Going into the last week, it's just you guys alone for the baptism. So you'll be out of there by 2:30.
And he explained a little bit, and then like he, I always like when they're kind of cool. It's like. When he was talking, like it seemed cool. Like I was thinking, like if I had been Catholic, I might have still been religious, just because that guy was fucking cool.
Well, like I said, I'm not the most religious guy in the world, but I respect it. There's something out there. If there isn't something out there, I would be 50 with that beautiful fucking baby.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking birthed that before. It's so weird how, I have a daughter from the previous marriage, and I can tell you one thing that it never felt like a family like it did yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Never felt like a family. Never ever. Between her family and they were a nice white family, originally from Buffalo, the whole thing. But they didn't make me feel what I felt yesterday. I don't know because I was addicted on coke then, or I don't know what the difference was. But yesterday I did feel something. I had a great time at the restaurant.
Yeah.
We keep Saturday night we went to fucking Hardy Morton's. We killed that motherfucking place. But let people know we ate healthy. We didn't eat desserts, It's not like we fucking ate bread.
We had salad.
We had salad and a fucking steak. That's it. We had a little bit of the mashed potatoes.
Those were good. Horseradish mashed potatoes.
My wife, my wife's got a steak in the fucking refrigerator. You know how much control it took for me to steal that fucking steak this morning?
Oh, and it's a ribeye too. So like,
it's beautiful. Oh God. Listen, man, remember what I said to you? There's a big difference between McDonald's and good food.
Yeah.
The Mexican food was not expensive. The food yesterday was not expensive.
No.
But it was good food.
Oh yeah.
That's all I ask. That's it. There's some places that you just don't fucking know. Me, I don't even want to take that chance. I didn't want to take that chance. That pork I eat, I never eat pork. I refuse to eat pork on on the outside. No pulled pork sandwiches, no guts. The only thing I eat pork out is when I go, I'm in Jersey and I eat spare ribs and crusted. Why take the chance?
I do that with shrimp.
I do that. Some people with shrimp, I just feel something about pork. A friend of mine said he got sick on pork once. It lasted fucking a month how sick he was. So seafood, I've gotten fucking sick on that fucking cancer seafood from Subway sandwich. That shit they give you in a can. I've never gotten sick from sushi. I heard it's something.
Yeah, I mean, sushi you have to go to like a good place, but like the like Long John Silver's, I would never go there.
See somebody eating fucking sushi at Long John Silver's with a fucking white dude with Scotch tape on his eye. Be fucking Japanese. Ain't that a fucking bitch? What up, lead motherfucking Saya? How many jumping jacks? I left the fucking knife out and everything like that. Told you.
Really?
What time you gotta be at work?
6.
That's 12 hours away. What can possibly?
Yeah. It's hard.
You're not gonna do that all day.
And the edible lasts 11 and a half hours.
Come on, you're used to it already. You believe in edibles. See, the more it's like jujitsu, it's like anything else. The more you do it, the easier it gets. So start eating them. Like come over here and juice them. But you're out drinking cocktails with Ashley and fucking Bruce Lee's sister.
Bruce Lee's
sister. One of your fucking shit cocksucker. It's really nice to have James around. We really had some. He lost his mother a year ago. I didn't see how it affected him. One time I walked one night to go see a Charles Bronson movie. That's how old we are. That's how long we've been friends. There was no cars when we first started hanging out.
Now he's your age, like roughly close to you.
Yeah, he's about a fucking. That was him and I's connection. We went to see Scarface together. We went to see The Evil That Men Do was the Charles Bronson movie. We went to see in 1984. We walked home, went to this bar, we stayed out all fucking night. He was crazy. But somewhere along the line, he went to college and he became emotional. He had a really fucked up experience. This is what you gotta watch who's in your car.
Okay.
And you'd be mad at me if you listen to this, but he drove a friend of his from work home one day. Okay. His friend told him to make a stop and he had to pay for he had to go to a restaurant, pay a booking debt. The guy came out, he got in the car, he went for a ride, they got pulled over by the cops. They were watching the place. It was being watched by the DEA and they pulled him over. Kid had some glove on him.
Oh no.
So they arrested everybody. He threw it on the floor. They arrested everybody. I don't know if you know that. If you get busted in a fucking car and you throw the shit on the floor, everybody gets arrested in the car.
Oh.
That's a ballless fucking move.
Yeah.
So they arrested James and he had to go tell his father and he felt the same about that. So years afterward, I went back home for something. And I got in the car with him. He was like, listen, man, I love you to death. We're tight.
Oh my God.
And I told him, I do got drugs out. He goes, well, figure out what you're going to do because you can't bring my fucking car. So I went behind the tree and slowed the car. Got in his car and that was it. He's always been kind of fucking weird after that.
I had that happen. I mean, nothing bad happened, but when I interned out here, I lived at like a kind of a, not a boarding house, but something like it. And I was out with my roommate, and he said, go over here, I have to make a stop. And he was, I mean, weed is basically legal here, so it wouldn't have been that bad. But we were in freaking like mid-Wilshire, and he was going to sell somebody weed, and he didn't tell me. And like, it freaked me out, so I never drove him again. But that's a shitty thing to do to somebody.
So you live in a boarding house?
Kind of, well, I interned here before I moved out here. And it's like, all the you can rent a room for like $800. Basically, yeah. But I had like my own room. Yeah, roommates. They owned like 5 or 6 houses on the street, and I had my own room. But there were people in the house that had their own room too.
You shared a bathroom.
Yeah.
Right. I've been in those.
Yeah, no, it wasn't bad. And he was a cool guy, and he had the car and sold this guy weed, and it kind of like because I'm from Boston where it's not legal. It freaked me out. But that's crazy. Yeah, James is a cool guy because he told me James, but I know his last name from all the stories, and he didn't say it until like the second day. So it's crazy meeting people like, oh, I've heard all these stories about you.
It's fucking crazy. You know, I lived in a boarding house for the first time ever in '85. I left North Bergen. I moved to Mr. T. And I just wanted my own place, so I looked at the paper for apartments. I didn't even know what a boarding house was. I got this lady on the phone. She was that apartment's packed, but this is what I do have. I have a house that I rent out rooms at.
Yeah.
Instead of paying $600 a month for the apartment, I'll rent your room for $80 a week. It's like $320 a month.
Mm-hmm.
She was a beautiful house. You can use the kitchen, you can use the bathroom, you can use the kitchen. That's it. You have to have beautiful. It was a bedroom.
That's all you needed there.
That's all I needed. And I had a kitchen area where I could bring food and cook it. And I had this bathroom. And it was just so weird. The roommate I had, she rented out 3 rooms on the 3rd floor.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was she was married. She had 2 boys and a girl. And everybody had moved out of the fucking house. Now she was just renting a room so she wouldn't be alone. She was a very nice woman.
Mm-hmm.
One day I'm outside and a Camaro pulls up. I'm just walking out to go get the bus to the city.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I liked about it. It was Teaneck, New Jersey, or Tenafly, New Jersey. It was Tenafly because it still got a point there. And it was Tenafly, all that shit.
Okay.
2 months where the X-Men lived.
Oh, okay.
Right there, Tenafly. I walked to the bus stop, so the kid comes up with a Camaro. He gets out of the car. He goes, how you doing? What's up? He goes, oh, this is my mother's house. I said, oh, this is your mother's house? And he goes, yeah. All right, so I leave the next day. I'm pulling to the city again. He pulls up again. We start talking. He's funny. He goes, where are you going? To the city. I take a bus. So much take. He goes, I gotta go into the city. He goes, I'll drop you off at the George Washington Bridge. You can take a train down. That's still not bad. I was killing time anyway. I didn't have to be at work till 5. It was like maybe lunchtime. And what I would do basically is take a bus to Port Authority, and I take the A train to Harlem and get a bag of weed anyway, and go to a movie and eat some food, and I go back to work at 5. I was one of those guys.
Okay.
So he goes, get in the car, we shoot into a little thing on the bridge. It comes out that he's going over to get $20 Coke Rock, and I will get some weed with it. So we become friends. And the next day he comes over again, he picks me up, he lived with a girl or whatever. And one day he comes over and picks me up, and he drops me into the city. And the weirdest thing is, in the city, people come up to you all the time and ask you to buy shit. This time, people come up to you and ask you to buy shit. So me and him, I bought a chain from somebody. I bought like just a chain. Did I tell you the story?
I don't think so.
Just a chain, no piece on it, nothing. And the next day, I go, what the fuck am I gonna do with this chain? And gold was high then. I don't know what the price of gold was. I think I bought it for like $15 or something like that. So I take the chain out. The guy tested it's good. Boom, he gives me $85. I make $70. To me, that's a fucking payday at the time. I was 20 years old. So I told this kid this. I go, yeah, I went over there and they paid. So he says to me, I got this ring. He goes, my wife's girlfriend, my girlfriend's mother wants to sell it. So right away I know it's bullshit, but I don't give a fuck. He was gonna give me half the money. I said, sure. I fucking get the ring. We go into the city. I split it with him. I told him, for some fucking reason, because I'm a dumb fuck. You know, in those days they didn't ask you for a license yet for gold.
Okay.
I told him I didn't have a license. And I told him my address, Tina. And I told him the fucking identify, and I told him my real name, which I would never fucking do. Never. In those days, you have to say nothing. I could tell him my name is Lisa Yat for all they fucking do.
Yeah.
And I told him my real name.
You know where you get a pawn shop, or like, where do you
It was a place where you sell gold in New York City. It's a pawn shop / jewelry store where you sell gold. Now, number 2, I thought this area was all corrupted.
Okay.
So I thought no matter what you sold, it got melted.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But this place was really doing paperwork. I was bringing places. And it wasn't like I was bringing gold from every day. I was bringing gold to once a fucking month. Maybe I bought a piece. Maybe I stole a ring back to the next pizza. Whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
I get a knock on the door about 10 days later in Jersey. They pull me out. They fucking handcuff me. And they go, this is possession of stolen property. And I go, what the fuck are you talking about? And they go, you sold some jewelry in New York City. 2 of the pieces I sold were stolen. A piece I had sold like a month before, and the chain I sold for the fucking kid that was the lady's son. He stole the fucking ring from the lady.
Of
It was
course.
her mother. So the cops had, she made a police report about a week later, and I fucking go to jail. I get busted, and that's when I called Georgie.
Oh.
Yeah, that story when Georgie bailed me out.
Yeah.
That was why.
Like you had seen him a couple days.
Arrested for the fucking possession of stolen property. Then they realized I had a fucking warrant. And Fort Lee, New Jersey, or something from Cliffside Park. They dropped the jewelry charges.
Okay.
They took me to Cliffside Park. Cliffside Park made the bail, and I got the fuck out of there. I never heard again from the rings. And the bail, I paid the fine, and I was fucking done.
Yeah,
That's why you gotta be fucking careful. Whatever the fuck they do. I mean, now they'll throw you in jail because now there's so much fucking paperwork involved. Whatever you sell.
And they have those cash for gold places everywhere. Yeah, the cash for gold.
Cash for gold, sure. But you know, it was amazing how much gold I sold in those days. There's two things I sit here and all, and I fucking want to shoot myself in the head. How much gold I sold for cheap money.
You'd probably be a billionaire now.
For fucking blow. How much blow I've spent on blow? Yeah, I did a couple kilos for free, but I also did this.
Oh, it's not Monday. I'm not eating the other piece.
What's the other?
No, one piece is enough.
It was a little piece. I gave it. You only have 30 more. You leave fucking 45.
No, I've had enough. I'll fucking eat it later.
Eat it right now.
No, fuck
Eat it right now for the camera. So I'll make that off. I can eat a quarter of this piece. Either that piece or a piece of this. What's it gonna be? Come on, let's see.
I'm not eating another. No, I had enough. Because I'm done.
You're gonna embarrass me. This kid watching me to throw you off the fucking podcast now.
Oh, that was, I didn't see that. That's funny though.
Eat the little piece.
No, no.
Eat the piece.
No.
Really eat it.
Like you can do all this stuff. I'll go.
That's okay. I'll do it today. Eat the fucking.
No, I'm done. I'm done.
Why are you being such a fucking?
Because it's my second day at a new job.
So what? You're gonna be fine. You're gonna sleep 12 hours. I can see if you're gonna eat it and go there and eat the fucking pizza. You're gonna sleep nice. Can you believe I gotta deal with this shit all the time? Tell us about what happened to women this weekend.
It's surprising. I've been trying to do a little bit of dating, and I went on this date, and she texted me the next day, and she said, "Do you want to be friends?" Now, normally I would have said yes, because I mean, I try to make everyone happy, but I met her on this dating website, and I was honest. I said, honestly, no, not really. I said, you're a nice person, but I have enough platonic friends. You never put that in the right angle. And she got mad at me. She didn't like that answer. She texted me the next day. She's like, you know what? I think I made the wrong choice. I still kind of want to date. And it's I don't understand that at all. And yeah, everyone knows my history with other girls. And we were talking, and there's always someone who likes the other person more in a relationship. There always is. And it's not, guys have things they're fucked up with too, but girls almost never like the guy that likes them. It's always the guy that doesn't pay attention, the guy that doesn't call them back.
The guy that pisses them, the guy that smacks them, the guy that goes to jail.
But then
You gotta find a happy medium. You gotta stop being a nice guy. You learn
but I'm trying to, but I'm still a nice guy. Like, I'm not an asshole to her, but like saying I don't want to be friends.
What's going on with the other bro? You love with the other brothers?
Oh no, I mean no.
Play the guitar for this weekend.
I don't play the guitar.
No fucking
My finger is too short. I can't play the guitar.
serenade with love this weekend.
No, I only saw her for like an hour this weekend.
You try. Tell me you love her. You don't love her.
No,
Push the envelope.
the envelope's over. The envelope's got long gone.
Push the envelope. I said, listen, I'm coming over here. Listen, never mind that. I'm gonna rub some fucking Jew cologne on him. I'm gonna fucking get this party started. What?
Jew cologne?
I don't know. I come
Money?
I don't fucking know. You gotta get it together, cocksucker.
But no, it's
You got the other broad already hooked up. You're dating the other broad, Pseudo.
yeah, no, it's
And you got the other girl.
She's-
What about the girl in Boston? You still got her on the
Who, Rose? We still talk, but we're not doing anything.
talk.
Yeah.
Talk.
What?
When
What?
you send the letters,
No. Every few days she sends me a text. She's 3,000 miles. You put it in the wrong end again. The syllable's not strong. You can't figure out the fucking e-cigarette. But no, I mean it's this girl's going to school a couple hours away at the end of the summer, so we'll see what happens there. But this is all new to me. I've always been the nice guy, and I'm trying to not to.
Yeah. Like the big girl, like fucking Ace Nice Calhoun. You gotta
Every-
go to a fucking
no
strip
matter-
club. You didn't go to a strip club yet the other day. You know, these people love you. They try to look out for you. The same way I'm trying to look out for you. You always try to fight the power, do this.
Fight the power.
You do what you do. But you're gonna think about your Uncle Joey someday. You know, that motherfucker was right.
No, you are.
That motherfucker's a savage. He just loves me.
Jesus, this is already getting.
Eat the edible.
I'm not eating other.
Eat the fucking edible, cocksucker. Eat the edible because you're gonna feel better. This is the balance.
No,
That's the yin. This little piece will be the yin.
No, the yang,
Go a couple of jumps.
the yang is you calling me at 4 o'clock, just howling
Let me
laughing.
say something. If you don't eat this edible, I'm gonna call you every fucking day on the dot.
You do.
Ask you, send you boxes. I'm gonna send a black hooker to your building 10 fucking times. Look at these nice white people I'm doing. They say a 400-pound black hooker knock on your door for 10 times. Eat that piece of chocolate. You're embarrassing me. And the church was out.
I'm not embarrassing anybody. It's already hitting me.
It's already getting you where you're nothing happy.
Not yet, because I'm not eating another fucking huge piece.
I'm proud of you, Dave. Fucking good man. You're taking these bitches to the hoop. You're slinging some dick. Look at you. The juice.
You gotta try.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a steak this weekend with a Caesar salad.
Oh fuck, I love Caesar
You
salad.
went to church.
I went to church.
That's right off your comfort zone. A Jew walking into a Catholic church, right there, shit should have been falling. You see me looking at the ceiling?
Yeah, and then we got that. Jerry LaRocca and I got there about 20 minutes early, and we were just talking. And he brought me into the I don't know what it's called, but the main room during the end of the service. And he like the Stations of the Cross are on the side. And he said, "Look at that. That's what your uncle did to him right there." And then he came up to me and he's like, when we first got to the church, he's like, "You know, this is where they filmed like the really hardcore nun porn, right?" I was like, "What?" Because we're in the valley. I didn't know if it was true. He was just messing with me the entire time. And then we got there right when they were giving the communion, like, is it called communion with the wafer and stuff? He's like, "You know, at the end they picked 2 people the priest didn't think is worthy, and they beat them with sticks."
Sure.
And I was just,
Those come in and they give little roofies to you, too, just in case you want to lose your mind at the end of it. Let me tell you something. You know why? I told you at the end of the procession why I baptized the baby.
oh yeah.
Tell these motherfuckers.
It's I didn't notice it, but for anyone who has bought it's either You or the Priest, the album.
Where it says priest, Rabbi, confession.
Yeah.
I'm loyal to whoever the fuck did us right. So that fucking cover did us right. The Catholic Church did us okay. So we proceeded to take it to the fucking hoop. That's what you're supposed to do. Loyalty is the main fucking key.
Fuck, I'm not eating
What
the
are you reading on the board? What's the matter? Some chick sent you a note. She was rubbing your pussy up your head. What happened?
No, nothing. I mean, apparently Ustream is down, but we're recording. See what happened. But
You strip was down. What the fuck is wrong?
I don't know. We'll look it up. I'll look it up right now.
Get shit together.
But no, yeah, it's going on. Fuck, I'm fucked up. Let's do this before I get too fucked up. Again, we're brought to you by HuluPlus.com. Hulu Plus. If you go to Hulu Plus, you love Shark Tank. You love Law and Order SVU.
But my wife is a Law and Order SVU. I'll tell you what I discovered that was on there the other day. For you old school motherfuckers that want to see some real suspense, the Twilight Zone on there, 1959, the first couple seasons. If you got a listen, you can sit there till your ass grows roots. You get 2 free weeks, right, Lee?
Yeah, you get 2 free weeks. It's fucking awesome. It's 2 free weeks, and it works on your phone, it works on your TV, works on your computer, it works on your iPad. And after that, if you want it, it's only $7.99 a month. I mean, you spend more than that in a day on coffee.
And let me tell you how we're gonna do this. This is how we roll here, right? You go over there, you go to the box. Go to my webpage, joeydiaz.net, correctly? Go to joeydiaz.net. Go to the box. Go to Hulu. Push in Joey, lowercase. You get 2 free weeks. Plain and simple. After that, if you want the service, which you're gonna want, you get it for how much, Lee?
$7.99.
$7.99 a month. $7.99 a month. $7.99 a month. Stop sitting there. After the podcast, listen to the podcast, have a great time, smoke a fucking bazooka, do whatever you need to do. Go to joeydiaz.net or go to where else can they go?
There's a link at joeydiaz.net, and it's an easier way to do it is huluplus.com/Joey, lowercase Joey. It takes you right there. You put in your email address. They have apps for iPhone. They have apps for Android. I love it.
Amazing. My wife is in fucking heaven, so get your shit together.
huluplus.com/Joey.
That's right. And this is how it works. See, because you work hard, you owe it to yourself. I ain't fucking around with you people. When I party, I party. When I get down, I get down. When it's time to write, I write. When it's time to spend time with the baby, whatever you do, you give it 150%. So you get up in the morning, you got to go to work. Okay? You come home, you want to work out. You go, you get some fuck. Go to onit.com. See what they got available for you. They got fucking something that you do. Whether the new mood, With a strong bone to help you with your fucking pains and aches in the morning. You know what? I took 3 days off from work and I took strong bone. I'm ready to fucking rock.
Oh shit.
I've been on strong bone now for 2 weeks again. I'll tell you what, because the guy told me at jiu-jitsu to take the glucosamine and all that shit and mix it together for your joints. So I'm taking it to the fucking hoop, and I suggest you do. You get home at night, you smoke a fucking number, a few bong hits, you eat a chicken breast, bang, Hulu Plus, bitches.
Yeah, no, it's
You can't fucking lose. That's why that's why they sponsor, because I know it was 2 things that you could be fucking useful for. I don't want to start getting sponsored by people I can't fucking use the product. The reason why I went with Hulu is go to fucking Hulu, lowercase Joey, knock you the fucking self out. That's how we do it here. Lisa, yeah, what's going on? You getting high, so now you're tapping on me. You gotta pick up the energy, son. I'm not gonna pick up the energy. You still eat another piece of chocolate. I'm gonna burn both your eyelids with these fucking 70 pounds. You're fucking juicing. I gotta go back and, you know what? It wasn't that we ate bad this weekend, because I was looking at what I ate. Everything I ate this weekend, I wrote down. Yesterday, I did go a little overboard the fucking place. But then I had the rice serving. I had the salad.
yeah.
I had the, you know what? I walked Friday. I went to jiu-jitsu on Thursday. I walked 4 or 5 times a week with her, at least 2 fucking miles a day with the baby.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, that's how I open up. When I go home now, there's no fucking rest for the weary. I gotta go home and walk around in circles with her around the park. I come home at 11 today. I'm gonna ride with my boys today. I'm getting this fucking special down. We're gonna shoot a fucking special here. I can't wait. We're gonna take the CD first, and then once the CD is out, then we start working. We got 6 months to work on a fucking special. To wait, that's gonna be a live fucking tape. So we ain't fucking around. We're going into the busy season. We're gonna put a documentary together. What are you pointing at your ear for, cocksucker? What's wrong with your ear?
I'm getting
You get nervous. Where's the music?
I'm not getting nervous at
Where's
all.
the fucking music?
I'm fucking stoned.
Eat that piece of chocolate. Don't fucking make me stab you.
I'm not even here right now.
Oh shit, little Pink Floyd for you. Did you read that fucking article about Michael Douglas and he got fucking cancer from eating pussy?
Yeah, he got throat cancer.
Taking cancer from eating pussy. You know what? I know a couple guys that get fucking pussy eating cancer. I'm one of my fucking love young one. But that's the truth. I guess I don't know. I never thought of it for that. I would give a fuck.
So Catherine Zeta-Jones fucking gave him cancer.
Oh, she got that good cancer pussy. It's like Lance Armstrong had that good cancer in his fucking nut. He gave it off to Sheryl Crow, or vice versa.
I think he gave it to her.
That's what I think too. Jesus, don't be talking about fucking Sheryl Crow, cocksucker.
Oh, you like her? Her and Diane Sawyer?
I like Sheryl Crow. I like Sheryl Crow's first 3 albums. The first 4 albums are pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it. You don't bring me anything but them. No one's got Eric Clapton fucked her up completely.
Oh, really?
Who gives a fuck about that shit? Who support the church? I love you to death. Jefferson Humball, Knights of Geekdom, Whiskey Jack, Jordan Larson, Eric Goff, Chris G, Jesse Jones. I love you. Diego Javier, Daniel Tormakis, and Ricky Delgado from Long Island State. Like, you don't want to fucking Utah.
Oh, yeah, for like one day, right?
Wise guys, downtown, I think, Utah.
Is it Salt Lake City or?
I think so. Salt Lake City, I'm going to fucking Kentucky to Lexington, June 20th. And then from there, I'm going to San Jose on the 26th. No fucking live podcast. But we're going to fucking Utah. I'm scared those boys are gonna get me.
What do you think they're going to do to you?
They're going to tie me up.
They're going to convert you?
They're going to tie me up and take me to fucking Brigham Young. Who the fuck knows what they're going to do? You know what I'm saying?
Jesus. Every fucking time. But I'm not going to.
Do I feel more fucking Catholic today? No, I don't.
No.
I feel complete. I did a couple more things in my life. A lot of people bang me up for this, you know, baptized the baby in Catholicism. It's the only religion I know. It's not like I apply myself 100% to Catholicism. You know, I practice a lot of other shit, you know. Without the fucking weak in my heart. That's the most important thing in my heart. Then when my baby died, we floated around the fucking Wimble. A bunch of other fucking momos up there floating around. So you got to baptize, you got to do something. Most important, my wife was happy.
Oh, yeah.
Throughout this whole thing, you know, ever since my mother died in 1979, I can lie to you. I've been really happy at times. I've never fucking been happy. It doesn't take a genius to look at me and know that something wasn't right for me. That maybe I was real serious at times.
Yeah, so you said it's like food without salt is what you say?
The last 6 months, just from seeing my wife being happy has made me happy because finally I got to make somebody really happy in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I make people laugh. I go to the show. They go back to their fucking lives. If you look at my wife's face when she smiles now, she's that much happy. And my part, I know I was going to do that, no. But I did it. And it's being done right now. And I got to continue to make her happy.
Yeah.
My wife was always a happy soul, but she was missing that fucking baby.
She's 1,000 times happier now.
Yeah, she's a completely different fucking woman.
I'm excited for a couple of years because Mercy's your daughter. Like at the end of the ceremony, she loves her pacifier, and at the very end, she's like the priest was like, "All right, we're done." So,
Just spit it the
and
fuck out.
popping there, everyone died laughing. And she doesn't like when people aren't paying attention, so start like making jokes and like laughing at people. She's a funny kid.
No, she's a funny kid. Listen, man, on the podcast, I promise in my mind, I promise not to talk about it. Because
Why?
I don't want people to think I'm losing who the fuck I am. I'll never lose who the fuck I am. It's the least of my fun. I pray to God that the real me would disappear when I became a dad.
Really?
It's never gonna go away.
No, you're funny with it. You're like every time I see like all you say to her is "What's up, Mook? What's up, dog?" It's not like you're saying like "Hey, cutie." You're like "What's up, dog? What's the story?"
No, I talk fucking kids in this way that my mother never talked to me like that. My mother talked to me. One thing my mother writing a book was really reminding me of my childhood. Seeing my child, seeing this little girl really reminded me of my childhood. And for years, I was like any other fucking kid. For years, I'm like any other man that's in his 40s or 35. You get beat that your parents don't do a right job. Maybe they get divorced. Maybe something. There's always something in society. You know what? Every parent did a fucking great job. Or at least they died fucking trying. They died trying for you. If you ended your 18-year reign at home, both your parents were home, maybe you divorced, your parents died fucking trying. You cannot judge them. You don't know what they were going through at the time. And I gotta tell you, some of my mother, she was as good enough mother as she could be. You know what I'm saying? For her limitations, if you know her background and what she was about. But that's what I realized from writing. That's why I tell people, fucking go to some fucking therapist talking about somebody. Grab a fucking notebook and put down your life on it and start writing from day one. And they're gonna be fucking pages where you just gonna sit there, put the pen down and go, gee, and don't worry about the spelling. Don't worry about the pronunciation of this. I don't even know what it is.
Microsoft Word.
Yeah. Microsoft Word, thank you for coming in. See, at least it's starting to know me. I first have said, you will learn so much about yourself when you write your life. You will learn so much about yourself. And then you realize yourself, you start breaking into chapters. So that means you're breaking your life into chapters, which is even cooler.
Oh yeah.
When you're going, holy shit, so from 3 to 9, this chapter, or sections.
But you probably can't. You have to have some separation from it, and that's because it's interesting hearing you say like every parent does the best job. Because you said you told us like you were not angry, but it's that as a kid who loses their mom, you're going to be angry that she left. I mean, it wasn't her fault. But something I've learned is that it's for bosses, it's for parents. Like when you're a kid, you think they have all the answers, but they're just a normal person that can make mistakes. So like they're not superheroes.
We think they're fucking superheroes. They're the biggest thing in our life.
Yeah.
Your parents are the biggest thing in your life. But after you start living your life, then they get watered down. But you start seeing them for what they are. And that's what gets scary. Let's say if you go to therapy or something else and they open up that can of worms, now you're painting your fucking parents like once in a while. And nobody should fucking feel they tried fucking dying for you. They really fucking did.
Yeah.
I get mad at my mother for different things, but at the same, I thought about yesterday at that fucking church. What? I'm mad about my father dying. That poor bastard died at 37.
37?
37.
Wow.
My real dad died at 37. He was 80. Sitting there going, my dad been today. He's 37 when he died. He died in 1966. That's fucking 34 years right there. Add another 13, get 34. Right?
Yeah, it's 66. It's 46 plus 37. It would have been 83. Wow.
Yeah, 37. He died, that poor bastard. And here I am walking around in something else. I was having coffee with James yesterday. And I was telling James, honestly, shit. Like, I remember thinking the year 2000, I I was gonna be 37. I was never gonna make it.
Yeah.
I always thought I was gonna die like 34. And then when I got to be 40, I was like, Jesus fuck.
It has to happen sometimes too.
Yeah, it's gonna have to happen soon. Then 45. It's like now I have this desire to fucking live.
Yeah.
Now I have this desire. Not even to live as much because I faced my own mortality many times. I thought I was gonna die. So now I'm happy. I'm not gonna die on the floor. Somebody's gonna pick me up.
Yeah.
I'm really happy that you're not gonna find me fucking dead in a hotel room in Florida because I did too much fucking blow that before. That's a shit way to fucking do it.
Yeah. What do you think? Because I mean, I don't think your mom found him, but I mean, you thought about how it sucks that your dad passed away, but you think about your mom as a mother. She had to deal with losing her husband in a shitty way, and that must have changed her. I mean, you were probably too young to know the difference.
No, I know what fucked her up. Yeah, fucked her up. She died early.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she had to take it back. She had to take it back to Cuba. So she went to Mexico. She had to face his family over a bunch of fucking guns. And then she had to come back here and do the hardest job in the world, is be a mom and keep it together.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. Yeah, I think about it. One thing I talk to parents about, one of my biggest fears is talking to my daughter. And seeing her I was at a farmer's market about 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And you and I both know that.
Yeah.
The farmer's market, some fucking jerk off and his double tattooed fucking girlfriend. Walk up there, little one tattooed all the way to the sleeve. Like she's his fucking nice ink dummy or some shit. Having a pit bull loose, no leash. And I'm sitting right there, and I'm watching this whole hand. I mean, the baby's in the crib. I'm by my car. I know I got a crowbar in the fucking car. And I'll hit that dog in the head so fucking hard. And then I'll hit Tarzan and that tattoo bitch out there in the fucking head so fucking hard. They won't even see it coming. It's by five. One of those 5 stores right there on Colfax. They have
Five Guys?
No, it's something like a sports store. Sports Authority, 5, whatever the fuck it is.
Okay.
Right, so I used to get my pizza and go right in there. My wife, they have like a little 8-inch pizza. You never been there with me on Sunday? Next Sunday. You gotta be up at 10:30.
Okay.
We gotta be up at 10. We go at 10:15. That's kids. Just fucking, you ever go to the farmer's market?
Yeah. I haven't been to this one. I went to one in Boston.
At the fucking corner, they have rides and they have this a donkey that's retarded. Famous ride the donkey and they have a little, where you wash your hands and they have a little thing with horses. You get on the fucking horse and they pull you around. It's for fucking kids. So here's, olive oil with tattoos and a steroid boyfriend who you can tell is a fucking moron. It doesn't take a genius to tell this guy's a moron with this pit bull. So finally a parent goes up to him and he goes, listen, man, if you put your dog on a leash, you don't come. He goes, no, he's good around you. Listen, put the fucking dog on a leash. You're making fucking 50 people uncomfortable here. Put the fucking dog on a leash.
And 99%.
Even before I had a kid,
yeah,
I would feel uncomfortable with a pit bull with a lot of kids around. That's just like it's just like tempting. Yeah, it's like tempting. Just take the fucking, put the leash on.
Yeah.
I do like a thing, but eventually I put the leash on there.
Yeah.
A security guard came up. It's so weird how even before I was a fucking parent, I felt bad when I see a fucking idiot like that with some tattooed chick, with a fucking dog with no leash. Then, oh, he's good with kids. We don't know that.
Yeah.
That's you with your fucking kid.
And 99, I mean, I think Bill Burr has a pit bull or one of those dogs, and 99% of them probably are cool. But
They are cool.
I mean, why
fuck around? Why ruin a fucking Sunday? Because you want to bring a tattoo and the dog around with no leash. I appreciate the dog. I love those dogs more than anything. But you have to be responsible for people around you sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, you don't fucking want this. I love dogs. But I know I don't want super bad around fucking people. He's crazy. Digging around people. I'm not fucking crazy.
Do you think you would have noticed it or been upset by it before Mercy came around?
Oh fuck! I was always upset about
it.
Okay. When I was shooting the Christmas movie, I'm up at the dog park in Encino.
Yeah.
And everybody's having a good time, and this fucking idiot shows up with a fucking pit bull with no. Oh shit! What's up, Tarzan?
What's up, beautiful? How are you?
How are you, my friend?
Fantastic.
You've been up since fucking 5:30, cocksucker, smoking dope and jujitsuing by yourself.
Yeah, you know how we do it. I had to get up and get some coffee, get some jumping jacks in.
How you doing, Mike Maxwell? Tell me something good.
Everything's beautiful, man. I'm this weekend I've been working nonstop on this new project. Like a local bar, tavern, like you know, there's been a sort of a bunch of like sort of hipster bars. I'm using the word hipster just as like a defining term, but like young business owners are opening up bars and restaurants in San Diego. And they're trying to make them sort of unique and different from all the other shit. So, and it's like one of the only industries that's really like doing stuff for local business. And so this company, they have me painting the front of a player piano. So I've been cranking out that shit all weekend.
What's a player piano, Mike? Is it just like the normal piano you see in a bar and has like the top that folds up?
Well, it's those ones that play by themselves. So it's
Okay.
like old saloon style. So I'm doing these like turn of the century portraits on the sliding doors that would normally cover the wheel that spins to play the piano.
And for people who don't know, you do the cover art for the podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
Cover art for the podcast, cover art for Joe's podcast, cover art my Charles Bronson picture on my fucking wall. Mike Maxwell's been around the corner, though. This guy's like a real hoe. He's a hoe with good pussy and shit.
I'm a nappy.
Well, that's what, you know, this project too, it's like that's the thing for artists like me who maybe are not like the most popular in the gallery scene or like you know, hip in the like street art scene or whatever. There's little jobs that you got to pick up along the way to be able to make ends meet.
Now,
One of those types of things.
how did you get? Because you've been doing stuff. You did like one of Rogan's and Joey's Chicago shows. People always ask me how I got set up with Joey. How did you start doing stuff for Death Squad?
Well, my sister has worked at the Comedy Store in La Jolla for a long ass time, and so
How long?
I was trying to think. At least 6 years.
I don't know your sister.
What's that?
Do I know your sister?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure you do.
I don't even know that.
She's been at the store. I think she's been at the store since right about when Rogan and you guys stopped going to the Hollywood store. I think the last show that Rogan did in La Jolla, I think she was working there. Like that may have been her first year. So she's good friends with all those guys that come down, you know, a few times a year. And actually, how I got hooked up was through Ari. Rogan was playing the House of Blues, I think, in downtown San Diego, and the show was sold out. And so I hit my sister up and was like, "Hey, if you can give me a ticket, it'd be awesome. I'll go see the show." And so Ari came through like last minute with like some balcony seats or something. So when he came back around to La Jolla to do a set, I made a poster for him as a thank you, just for getting me the tickets to the show last minute. You know, for sold out show, like he went out of his way, and so I wanted to repay him. So I did just like a little flyer, like an 8x10. It was a portrait of him, Freddie Lockhart, and Tony Hitchcliffe. And then I think after that, I think Joe saw that and then hit me up about doing those posters for Chicago and Atlanta.
But no, I had done. You had done the Charles Bronson by then already, also.
Yeah, see, well, you know, I had started listening to your show when you were doing Beauty and the Beast.
Right.
And I think, you know, I heard you guys, I was listening to the Ustream earlier, and you were talking about your mom quite a bit. And, like, I tell this story, like, at the time I started listening to Beauty and the Beast, my stepfather was dying from colon cancer. And, you know, it had spread throughout his body. And you had told a story about your mom, you know, like you do all the time, right? But there was a few shows that were, like, really intimate and, like, personal at that time. And watching somebody die from cancer, like, hearing some of your stories kind of, like, it helped me get through some of that shit, you know? And from someone who had, like, most of my life, like, facing death has been, like, a big fear. Like, I never went to any funerals. Like I always avoided the fear of death. And so you were telling these stories, and at some point you told a story about how your mom used to paint the quarters red.
Right.
In the wall.
Jukebox.
Yeah, and literally the day that you told a story that it just made me feel a little bit better, like took some of the pressure off, like when you hear somebody else who's going through or has gone through something that you're going through, like it alleviates some of that pain and agony or whatever. And so that night I went to the taco shop or whatever, and when I got my change back, one of the quarters that I got was painted red.
And you emailed me the picture.
Yeah, and it was from, mid 70s. And, in all reality, it's probably coincidence. But just the fact that, I'm not a religious person, I most things I chalked up to coincidence or chance. But, just the steps that it went through, the process that I was going through into hearing the story, feeling better, and then when I got just a quarter that was painted red, it made me feel even better. So at some point, you came down and did a show in OB, I think in Pacific Beach, and we got to meet up after that.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And then you got jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, and listening to Joe's show, that was a big thing getting into jiu-jitsu. But I do my own podcast. It's called the Live Free Podcast. And I had a guy on, an artist friend of mine. My show is based on visual arts mostly. And he had been doing jiu-jitsu. He was already a purple belt. And at one point he was like, yeah, you should come try it. And I said that I wanted to do it. And since I said that I wanted to do it on the air and recorded it and put it out there, I felt like I had to go do it. So eventually I got into that. I've been doing that for a couple of years now.
And how'd you get into art? I mean, you always know when you're artistic. What day did you know that you wanted to make a living doing this?
Well, it took a while to realize that I could make a living, right? I never really saw the business of art until I got into my 20s, I guess, early 20s. But I've been making shit since as far as I can remember. Most people, as a kid, everybody's drawing and making shit. But I think at some point I saw that I got recognition for it, maybe some sort of attention, that I was a little bit better than the other kids or some shit. And from then I knew that it was something that I wanted to do forever. But I got that sort of addicted personality too, so when I find things that I like, I want to do them to the nth degree,
So Mike, just listening, it seems like there's a lot of parallels between art and the kind of art you do in stand-up comedy. It feels like it's probably not the easiest thing. You probably don't make a lot of money at the beginning. What is it like to start out as an artist?
Well, it's tough, and like I said, doing this, player piano in front of this thing, this is what I'm doing to make some extra dough to pay the bills. But it's fucking hard as fuck. But it's a labor of love, really. Somehow, I've been thinking about this a lot. I talk about this, how much easier it would be sometimes just to go work a 9 to 5 and get a paycheck and not worry about it. But every time I think about that, it sounds like death to me, and that there's no way that I could ever go about doing that. But starting out, I was lucky. Out of high school, I linked up with Shepard Fairey, who is the Obey Giant guy, the guy who does all the Andre the Giant heads all over the place, and he did the Obama poster in 2012. And so, I became his assistant almost, sort of right out of high school. I guess I was 19 or 20.
And was he big by then, or where was he? Because I know when he said the name, I knew exactly who you were talking about. But how big was he then?
Not nearly as well known as he is now. But I mean, he had already garnished a lot of underground art fame, or even some mainstream art galleries were selling his stuff. And I mean, he was already, you know, he was in his early 30s, but was already pretty much locked into what he was doing. Like, he ran a design firm out of San Diego that also housed all of the Obey stuff that he does. And so, like, I was, you know, painting some of his paintings that went out. I was, you know, shipping all the posters and stickers and like all the big posters that went up like in the late 90s to like 2000 era, like 98 to 2000. Like I did all, like blew up all those. I had to go to Kinko's. I used to have so many scams at Kinko's, and I think, you know, like there would be girls that worked there that I'd flirt with to try to get free, like blown up posters, and like I'd bring skateboards and stickers for like the dudes that worked there, and would walk out with, you know, like $500 worth of blown up posters for 30 cents or something. So, you know, that was sort of my start, and I got to kind of figure out how the artwork worked in that sense, like from that perspective. And I think without having had that opportunity, maybe it would have been a lot harder to break through, I think. But it's still, you know, I've been doing this for almost 15 years, and it still feels like a struggle, you know.
Oh man, I got shit.
It's amazing when you
Yo,
wake up one morning. Like throughout the 20 years that I was doing comedy, there's been every 6 months I think about going and getting a fucking day job. And like especially after like I shoot a big movie or something, like I go fuck it. That's it. You know, I do what I need to do. And you really want to be a regular
you gotta
person.
poop.
There's a part of you that just says
You gotta
be a regular person. Have insurance, but the other part of you is like, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm never going back to that shit.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a certain belief in yourself. It's like this little fine line that one day. And listen, man, I know that there's some months that you eat dick, Mike Maxwell. Shit, for sure. You eat dick. There's some months that it's a $400 fucking month, and you're lucky you got that. There was a check in the mail that you forgot about. That came, that was taxes from 2 years ago for $320, and even fucking good for 3 days. But there's some months that, and at the end of the day, you know what? Even the bad months, you know it's a good month. And you're gonna take shit from somebody.
Those moments pop up when you most need them. Like when you're at the most down and out, and you're just like, something pops up and gets your mood right, or you know, gets you, you know, urging to do something new again. Like there's definitely ebbs and flows or peaks and valleys for sure.
You know, there's a fine line. And nobody really knows this, but there's a very, because I've lived both lives, there's a very fine line between a hustler / artist. It really makes you want to think. There's a very fine line between a criminal and an artist. It really, really, really makes you want to think about what the fuck. When I made the transition from thievery to comedy, there was a couple of months, even that, you know, when I sold the coke for a couple of years in between. You gotta do whatever the fuck pops up. You know, sometimes you're gonna have to sell a £1/4 to an agent. There was a couple fucking months I had theatrical agents that said, listen, dog, my roommate wants to buy weed, you know, can you get me weed? I get him a £1/4, but I make $200 or something. I laugh at those times now, but there's a very fucking fine line. And when people just take life in their own hands, I give them an extra sort of respect. You know what I'm saying? Like Mike Maxwell.
Yeah,
like you live your life by and you do jiu-jitsu and you got a car payment and you make it fucking happen.
Sometimes I don't know how it works, but
oh my God, you never do.
But I've been thinking over the last couple of weeks, I've really been focused on the idea of just letting life live itself. Like, not there's this idea that you have to like control every single moment and decide what's going to happen. And you know, if those things that you decide are supposed to happen in the future don't happen, you feel all shitty. I keep thinking, and I've been thinking about this with making art too. Like do I make art that I think I could sell, or do I just make what I want to make at all times and just hope for the best? Like don't try to figure out the tricks so much as just put in fucking work and what happens and try like let it happen. It's easier to say it now, right in this moment, but it's something I've been working with.
It's amazing how many people try to use trickery with their art, and it's not really art when you use trickery.
What do you mean trickery?
Trickery. Art's supposed to be honest, and also at the same time dangerous. But you're not supposed to be trickery. Like, you know, when somebody's an artist and they still have that scam in them, it bothers me right off the bat because I'm coming at you as an artist. I'm not coming at you as a thief.
Yeah, it's like something kitschy, or you know,
Something
it's almost like marketing. Like you're
Couple,
trying to.
couple weeks ago, I did that podcast with those fucking cunts. And the next morning, they published the podcast. They brownish trip people, you know, making people, hey, can you retweet this one? And I hit them up. And I said, stop doing that. It's low class. But the next day, I'm doing the podcast and they're hitting up people that are fucking really famous saying, hey, Joey Diaz did our podcast. Why don't you do our podcast? That's trickery.
Yeah.
That's trickery. You follow me?
Yeah.
Whenever somebody has a podcast and they have like, you ever see those black people that dance on Facebook? Some people advertise with them. And it says Lee Sayat, suck my dick. And I'll have like 4 girls in each card. I'll have Lee Sayat, suck my dick, something like that. Like, all right, so you got me to look at your podcast and listen to it one time, but you didn't work from strength. You didn't work from the strength of your podcast, which is just to make the podcast funny or be entertaining. You know, and that's the same thing with art. Some people, I understand what you're saying, Mike Maxwell, because it's the same thing with jokes. Go ahead, buddy.
Chris Brown, the rapper.
Yeah.
He came out last year or the year before trying to like front as like a street artist, like doing graffiti and like painting shit, like trying to get into like the fine art game. And it was clear to I think most people that it was trickery. You know, just like the only reason that anybody would pay attention to something like that is because it's Chris Brown doing something. You know, so like using those angles to sort of jump ahead of the line. Whereas, and you know, like how that's the funny thing about art too, is that there really is no fucking rules. You can do whatever the fuck you want, and maybe you might make it, and maybe you might not too. So like, I don't like to shit on anybody going for it or whatever, but like, just in terms,
There's a certain way to go for it.
I keep thinking about the word networking. Like people who never, I hate it. People, it's because you kind of need, like, it's all people you know out here. But people who tell me they go to networking events, I'm like, I could never. Like my mom is a lawyer, and she grew up and she wants me to network and meet people. I'm like, I'm not going to meet somebody for lunch so we can talk for an hour. And it sounds gross. So every time when you were talking about that, all I could think was networking.
You want to know?
it has to happen naturally.
You know what trickery is? Trickery is all these fake fucking hep cons they're doing now. They do these fake hep cons every other weekend now.
Yeah.
Like there's one up here this weekend. That's trickery. They got a bunch of fucking idiots that read High Times to show up and smoke the same weed you get for $10 a gram in fucking Tarzana. You know, that's trickery. All that shit is always like, it amazes me how people fall for that shit. Going back to something you mentioned, and this is great that we're doing this. I like when you call Mike Maxwell. Chris Brown is the biggest piece of shit that ever walked the fucking planet. And if you think OJ got it bad, the karma sense, wait till you see what Chris Brown got coming from. Not for beating up Brianne. That's the least of the fucking problem.
Really?
Just for being he's just a dirty dude. It's like we have no idea what Michael Jackson was until 10 years from now when you get a hold of Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber's going to become.
I think it's going to be.
Oh, Justin Bieber's going to make Michael Jackson look like a fucking daycare center.
Really?
Oh, and you're going to see a little cunt coming at you in full fucking. He's never going to grow up. He's going to still always be 20 when he's 30 and when he's 40.
Why would you? I mean, if you have fucking $100 million.
Watch how fast that shit's going to fucking crash hard.
Wow.
Don't crash one of those cars in the one-on-one. What's going on with you, little brother? Tell me something good, Mike Maxwell. What's the next move?
Shit. You know, just like I said, staying alive, like living one day at a time. I've been focused a bunch on t-shirt design and doing like my own line of t-shirts, which has been really, speaking of like trying to make things meet, like that's been an easier way it seems to sell artwork is in t-shirt fashion. Just easier to make a paycheck at the end of the week, selling work that can be utilitarian, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of people my age who like that sort of stuff. Like there was the documentary Exit Through the Gift Shop. So people like
I
art
thought I
now.
was going to be in that.
You were gonna be in that?
Well, yeah, because when that was being filmed, I had mentioned going to Kinko's and jacking them. When the time frame that was filmed in, I was working for Shepherd, and like people would come in and film all the time. And I actually took a guy with a camera up to Kinko's. Like these scans at Kinko's. Do you remember? You might be too young. I don't know, how old are you, Lee?
24.
Yeah, so Kinko's used to have these keys that you would stick into the photocopiers.
Right.
Do you remember these, Joe?
Yes, you can make copies and you give it to the people and say how many copies you made.
Yes, exactly.
And you would say 3 of them were mistakes.
Well, get this. So what we would do is you would set the key on the counter of the machine or whatever, and if you just slid it off and let it fall and hit the ground, all the numbers would roll over in the counter. So the counter would say something like 350,000. You know, it would roll all the way over like an insane number of copies. You bring it up and be like, hey, this key went all wonky. I got 5 copies. Meanwhile, you got 500 copies and stuffed them in the bag and sent it to the machine.
That's hysterical. But
So like shit like that. But I thought when that movie came out, I was waiting to see. Like, there's a scene with Shepherd in Kinko's in LA, like the one time he's, you know, in that time frame that he was making posters on his own.
yeah, that's great. But what I was thinking is like, I like art too, but I can't afford 2-3. I don't know how much. I don't even know how much art costs.
Yeah, it's expensive.
But if you could buy a $20 T-shirt from that
Oh,
artist,
fuck.
like it must be a cool way to like to have art, but
There's
not
no
have
way
to.
of looking at it.
Yeah.
Well, that's I was talking to a girl yesterday.
Oh.
Like, there's no way for anybody to know without doing it the amount of work that it takes to make the art, you know. And also,
Yeah.
like, I went to the art store the other day and got one little like 3-ounce tube of paint and a can of varnish and spent like $25. You know, so like all the costs build up, and then not only that, but for people that don't know, like if you go to a gallery and you see like really high prices in a gallery, you should know that the galleries also take 50% of that cut.
They take 50%.
50%.
It's like iTunes.
Yeah. Or you know,
They make people have to make a fucking living. It's just not happening. And what are you gonna do sometimes? What are you gonna fucking do? You get pissed. We get pissed. You get pissed, don't you, Mike Maxwell? You get pissed. You feel like you're getting robbed, but at the end of the week, you're like, they gotta eat too.
yeah, exactly. They're gambling too. It's weird. The art world is a gamble, and that's I think sort of part of the allure for me too. You know, like the risk involved. You know, because there's no net. You know, people who work a regular job, just being a regular person, you have that every 2 weeks you get a check, and you know there's at least some minor level of security. Like every day I wake up thinking, okay, how am I going to bring in a few dollars today? And it is a hustle. Like the permission to find the line between being a criminal and or a hustler even, and making art. Like now, in this day and age, because of modern technology, I'm the art producer, the maker, and the art dealer to a certain extent now, because I'm making more money selling it on my own. It's not as high level, but I'm forced into all those positions. But you know, like that's the thing with creative people is they're always kind of hands-on and want to take care of everything on their own anyway, right? You let somebody else do shit, and it's not gonna come out the way.
You know, man, you give me the impression of a guy at times we've hung out that you like to take control of what you have in front of you. And if you fucking don't, you're foolish. The people who don't are the people that show up on Google 10 years later. My brother-in-law robbed me for $80 million. You never thought of fucking looking at the bank records? You never thought of looking at this fucking paperwork? You never thought of looking to see what you're selling or what you're not selling, or do you have an idea? I mean, it's always baffled me about people that they either get too big for their britches, and I think you never get too big. When you start getting too big for your britches, that's when you slow it down. You go, all right, I'm losing control of what I got. I gotta keep
I
going.
don't know that though. Not the losing control, but that idea that you could like dictate, responsibilities of your own onto other people. So I think that's a lazy mentality, I guess. But it seems like it'd be nice.
You gotta take your own shit. It's very rough. There's people that can cover 50%. Listen, I can't get people. This comic school are very good promoters. They're horrible comedians. They just know how to get people down there. Even if it's a free ticket, a $3 ticket. And the other thing great guys is people who are great comics don't know anything about that shit. Now, you have to be good on Twitter and Facebook. You have to do all these things. And I guess it applies. I mean, listen, there's 1,000 things you can do now to help you sell your art. Imagine 20 years ago with no internet.
Yeah, I do. I lived it. And, I also kind of, I feel like I benefited from that. It was a very short time frame. Because, when I started making art, the internet was going and it was being used, but it wasn't anywhere near the level that we see today. Like, the exposure was nowhere near that level. So, you had to go to shows. You had to network, for lack of a better word. But really had to do it naturally. You had to go and make friends. You had to meet these people at the galleries. And you weren't seeing stuff for months afterwards when it happened. Now everything's instant. It's changed the game completely, which, I guess it's both for the good and there's some negative to it, I guess. On the edible leak,
I'm so
He didn't finish the second part of it, so that's
I'm glad you didn't have it.
I'm dealing with this. I gave him fucking 30 milligrams. He's sitting there like a fucking Jew on his pennies. Oh, fuck, he's a dumb. And I gotta tell you something, my fault, because of you now I'm going to jiu-jitsu. And my rolling, I can roll for about a minute and a half before I have a heart attack.
Well, hey, listen, we had a guy come into class recently, into the beginner's class, and he was trying out a week at the gym or whatever. He took all the classes from Muay Thai, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, and cardio work or whatever. He said that none of those classes were anywhere near the amount of cardio or energy it took to do 2 minutes of rolling. So, and then this is a young guy, in his early 20s, was in shape. He was puking. So it's a crazy sport. And for people who are creative, I recommend it to artists all the time. It's just as much about the mind as it is about the body. And you kind of forget about the body. Except for feeling like your lungs are going to burn apart and your heart's going to explode out of your chest. But other than that, you kind of, a lot of people cut down the smoke. No. It's funny, with all the edible talk today, I have such a strange metabolism that edibles won't do shit. There's some edibles that don't be good for me. There's some edibles that don't be good for me. Just do it. You should try some of the shit I eat, because I'm sure this will get you a little bit. Look at that poor leaf. Look at him. His yarmulke it's invisible. We had 420, one of the dispensaries that I go to, they would have a free day. It was a free giveaway day on 420. You get an edible and pre-roll. His mom made these lemon bars that were probably the only edible that's really fucked with me at all in a long time. I was stumbling around, when you go to take a step and you kind of miss the ground and your foot just goes back behind you, you just totally miss the ground. I was doing that sort of shit. And when we're in Atlanta, when we came back from Atlanta, I ate a bunch of hash that somebody dumped at the show.
That fucking mushroom hash.
That fucked me up.
Oh, somebody gave me that mushroom. In Atlanta, somebody gave us the chocolate bar that had THC in it and the mushrooms. Remember the fucking dirty kid? He lived on a bus for 2 days. The chocolate bar was dirty. I didn't give a fuck. He had mushrooms in there and THC.
I think next time I get some, like some real hash, I'm gonna eat it again. That seemed to do like I was fucked the whole plane ride.
Although the hash cheese fucks you up. The hash, that's what Bruce Lee was eating. That's the shit that'll take you back.
Yeah, I think it's better than sometimes than when people make the butter or whatever.
Well, you feel in your body. When you eat the hash, you really feel the difference in your body. You really feel like you only have a head.
Yeah.
That's it. Just forget yourself if you only had a head. You're sitting on a plane, you're watching some shitty movie. All you feel is your head. You're blinking, you can hear, so you know you got ears.
That name was funny as fuck. Do you remember how freaked out Rogan was? Because you and I broached those two numbers out front of the hotel. Like, just charged him. We ripped so bad getting in the truck. Rogan fucking freaked. Oh my God. He was paranoid, man. And then you guys took off on one of the other routes to get on your plane, and I was getting on another plane. So when I went through security, there was these two like super sweet black chicks at the security check-in, and I was roached. I'd eaten that hash, and we were like 2 big numbers before we even left to go to the airport. And they looked up at me, looked at each other, and like smirked, and just gave me like a little head nod to go ahead and go past. Like didn't give me no bullshit. It was great.
Every once in a while, you hit the fucking jackpot. When am I gonna see you again, cocksucker?
I want to get up to LA for one of the live podcasts. How's those been going? Like 2 or 3 of them done?
Yeah, you know what, Mike? We're on to something. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it's weird to see. Like, I've been thinking about this a lot. Like, watching the sort of like the rubber band catch back up to itself, like the boomerang sort of coming back around, like people catch on, like as to what's going on with podcasts. People being honest in a different type of media that's getting out there for people. I think we're watching it sort of collect the magnet collecting the dust on the way back.
You can do so much. I can bring a band up there. The beauty about the podcast is the honesty and the laughter and the non-rehearsal. And that's the beauty of the podcast. When I get on stage and I talk to a dude for 8 minutes, I don't have a writer. I don't have writers sitting around writing for me. It's whatever I thought I would drive up. When I introduce Lee, we do 10 minutes, and I introduce my guest, the double guest. And I go, Josh Wolf was talking about coming in some chick's fucking ear in Idaho 10, 15, 20 years ago when we were kids. Podcast is about, I know when I listen to a podcast, Mike, the first 4 minutes, I'm going to shut it off. Just if the guy's trying to be a radio DJ, what he says, what he doesn't say. I know. This success of all the really good podcasts is the blunt of the fucking honesty, including yours,
And that's what brings everybody in. And there's like what's great about honesty is that it takes away the fear. Like what I was talking about, like the fear of death or like the agony around it. Like hearing people talk about things open and honestly alleviates that for the listeners and especially for the people. Like it's like all the artists that I've had on the show, on my show, it feels like almost like a therapy session. Like they get done and they're like, wow, thanks for giving me that opportunity. Even though like the artists that I have on the show are probably way more well known than I am, they're actually doing something for me in terms of bringing in viewers or listeners or whatever. But like it feels like there's an exchange that takes place that is beneficial not only for the listeners but the people involved too.
How many podcasts do you do a week for your own? What's the name of your show again?
The Live Free podcast.
Live Free. How many episodes do you post a week?
I've done 102 episodes over a few years, over 2.5 years or something. So I don't really have any rules on it. I just do it when I do it. Artists are paid like rambling cats trying to fucking get them to just sit down for an hour and talk. So I try to do 1 or 2 a week. Sometimes I take a couple weeks off.
I love you. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, brother, I love you too. And nice to meet you in La Jolla.
That's who brought the idea up. He says you were a sweetheart since myself. I smoked him with dope with my podcast. It was beauty or whatever. But we got you. That's all that matters. We're starting to leave off the right fucking point. I love you.
All right, love you too, brother.
Thank you very much, man. You too, brother. Stay black and beautiful always.
I have two things to say, and then you can go to them. I'm almost out of this world right now. But I like Mike. He's cool. He's doing something for me. I wrote him a few weeks ago, and when I hit the halfway mark of my weight loss, I said, I want something to remind me. I wrote him an email. I said, there's something about these jokes. Fuck you, and then I can't really talk.
That'll be the reminder.
He's gonna do something that's cool, like 150, and I can hang it up in my house. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about is you guys are talking about believing in yourself and quitting your job, and that's something I'm going through right now. Like I'm kind of on the edge of it. And you told me like 3 weeks ago that I'm sick of working, and I am. I can tell. But it's just it makes me this weird.
You're trying to get other jobs because you think the next one's going to be better. And they just want to get worse because you lose.
Yeah.
So now we got to find you 2 or 3 other hustles. And no, I don't put nobody down for wanting to keep their job. And I want to get their training. Tough thing. And I fucking blame you. You're going, Joey, how can I do this? Listen, I'm fucking with you 100%. I'm not worried wrong. I should not. But give it a try.
Yeah.
Put some money away. You know, if you want to live your dream and do it part-time, you got to do it. You got to do it to be in. You just can't fuck around and read the fine print. You got to do it. Once you do it, I tell you what, you're going to feel so much better about yourself. You're going to go for it. You go for it. You sharpen your life. And you know what? I was always a sharp guy the last couple of years. I've been sharp. This baby makes me sharper. Because now instead of having to do it in 10 hours, I got to make it happen in 5.
Yeah.
Okay? But I wouldn't have known unless you test yourself. Test yourself. Don't ever be ashamed or afraid of testing yourself. It's better than not testing yourself. You know when it's time to quit. But I can tell you get a job when you start in the month. You know, because that's the way I was, right? The last job I had before this, I really had a job that was a career job. So I could make $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
Selling cars.
Yeah.
So in the back of my mind, I started to make money selling cars. I knew if I ever got in trouble, I could make $6,000 or $7,000 a month. If I ever got in trouble, I was that good. I could go in there and sell all selling cars is without stealing, just talking to people. That was sales.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do it. I just kept getting more jobs. I just kept going, fuck this. I go to a Nissan store, no listen to no space. I'm selling to no lines. Let me come in here, let me get 20 lines a month, get 20 car sales a month. Okay, we need to start. I need $600 a fucking and a car for a month. I would take this $600 to pay rent. Take $100 from below for a month. I would live in that car. And I would try to hustle more. So I found another car dealer in Miami for another one.
Yeah.
And I'm going there for the least I could find my way. And I knew I would borrow their fucking car, but I was still shoplifting at the local Macy's.
In their car?
In their car, going to the stores and doing returns and shit. Just when you're ready to quit your job, you'll fucking know. You just can't put people that love you in a bunch.
Yeah.
You can't go to your mother and go, Mom, I'm not paying rent no more because I want to live my dreams. It don't fucking work that way.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm worried about.
Yeah, you gotta pay your bills. So that's why you take your nuts, you maintain them, you say what number you right here every month. You fucking make it happen. You write that number down on January 1st. Write it down. Break it into 4. Say if I need $2,000 a month, I need $500 a week. Well, I need to make $500 a month. You know what? Some weeks you'll make $350, but I guarantee you 2 weeks later, if you do the work, you'll make $700, and you'll make up for that $350. Like I said, I'm sorry. You want to start getting healthy, you want to be on the ball with the right people, whether it's kettlebell, ropes, fucking tapes, DVDs on how to kettlebell, go to honor.com. Honor.com got everything for you, not to mention, we'll get them on the fucking out the front door with your supplements. You know what? I don't go a day without that fucking strong bone. No, I can't take the chance. I gotta walk 2 miles. My feet can't be sore and my knees can't be sore. I take 2 walks around the North Hollywood Park, plus the walk there, plus the walk back, plus the walk in Lancashire with my daughter pushing the fucking crib. So if I do that 4 or 5 times a week, and I have to deal with it, it takes the edge off. Like today's kind of cloudy. Beautiful day for a fucking walk. My wife will talk me out. But besides the walk and all that shit, I go to Honor, take the strong bone. This morning, I was an allergic protein powder on it. No shakes, some ice cubes, a little almond fucking milk. Hey, I'm ready to just slowly fart and say, no, my asshole's clean. The Honor protein is clean. They have protein. Okay, last night I went to bed at 7:30. I didn't need the fucking new mood, but if I wanted to be and relax, I would take the fucking new mood. So go to Honor.com. Get whatever you need. They have mix and matches. You know, even if you get the green fucking whatever, the pulp, whatever they got, you mix it. It's delicious. That shit will clean you out. Trust me. Get the fucking strong bone. If you're a fat fuck, give it a shot. Start by walking 1 mile, then you walk 2 miles. Next thing you know, you're running like fucking John Clark Van Healy on the electrical machine, whatever the fuck it is. And that's it. That's how we roll. Friday the 14th, I'm at Utah, Wise Guys. Go to wiseguys.com, Utah County, whatever the fuck it is. The 20th of June, I'm in Lexington, Kentucky, writing the Bible Belt, slinging dick, and fucking up crucifixes. And on the 26th of June, I'm up in San Jose with my brothers and sisters, smoking big dick with my man Lisa. I'll be around all fucking weekend, rocking the house. And that's how we do it here. Like I told you once, I told you a million fucking times. It's Monday. Grab your balls, stiff your fingers. See why the fuck God put you on this motherfucker. Go out there and stab a motherfucker in the neck and take what's coming to you, cocksucker. But you want to eat another piece of chocolate?
I'm so
Eat that little
no, fuck, I'm so,
Let me see the size of it. Let me see how it is.
I could not fuck you, but I had half of it.
The fucking size.
You saw what I, you saw it.
Oh,
I'm
please.
so fucked up right now.
You're getting so bad. We can't turn off.
No,
Eat that.
fuck you.
Eat it. How are you having that? Come here.
I'm so fucked
Come here. Give it to Uncle Joe.
You cannot.
Come here. All right, bring it to Uncle Joe. We'll split it.
I'm not fucking
Come here.
I'm so fucked up.
Come here. You come here, God. Sucker.
I didn't throw it at you.
Throw that. Jumping jack. Let me see the jumping jack.
Let me switch the camera. I feel like I feel like
You feel like what? You feel like what?
like you know how you're supposed to feel after a massage where like you're all warm and
Yeah, that's what I do. I bring in nothing but water. Look how you treat me, you miserable cocksucker.
no, it's not like that. Jax, you were making fun of me at your agent, and you said you should come with Jax. You're not doing shit. You're too fucked up. I want to see you do something. Kiko, fuck you.
Anyway, we had a great week. Don't forget to listen to the last podcast with Josh Wolf and Dr. Frank Rabbi. We had a great podcast last week. Don't forget to get your shit together. It's the most important thing. I love you, motherfuckers. Go to joeydiaz.net. Check out the tour date. We're coming to your town this week. Michigan, fucking everything. Coming everything. Give us some music.
All right. Before we do the music, now that the show's over, don't forget to sign up for your free trial of Hulu Plus.
Wait.
What?
Why are you reading this? We want natural.
Well, because I'll be natural, but they want you have to say this. Stop with the questions. Think about your music. Fuck you. Sure. All right.
A couple months ago, I was home watching TV. I was not on TV. I went to huluplus.com, and there was all the shows I was looking for. Whether it's on my phone, television, on my computer. I was able to see shows I haven't seen in fucking years. Shows like The Twilight Zone, shows like Community, shows like Well, no, that's for you. There you go.
Start watching your favorite hit shows right now. Go to joeydiaz.net and click on the Hulu Plus banner for your extended free trial, or go to huluplus.com/Joey. Again, click the Hulu Plus banner on joeydiaz.net or go to huluplus.com/Joey. We have Amazon out there, we have a bunch of stuff, and I do love Hulu Plus. People make fun of me like I'm like a Jew who's trying to get the money, but I love Hulu Plus.
Now my wife loves it. She says no bad complaints about it. She loves it. Go to Hulu Plus, put in Joey, lower tag, get 2 weeks for free. 2 weeks. 14 days. You know how many things you can watch a day? I tell you what, it's so good. I tell you, we begging to give the Hulu people $7.95 a month.
Oh shit.
Have a great day. Stay black. God bless you. Do whatever the fuck it is that you do. Don't be happy. Don't be like this. Fucking do some dumb shit. You can tap that in.
This episode is brought to you by Hulu Plus. With Hulu Plus, you get total control to watch thousands of shows wherever you want, whenever you want. Binge on full season and watch your favorite current shows like Community, South Park, SNL, and more. Right now, our listeners can get an extended free trial of Hulu Plus by going to huluplus.com/Joey. That's huluplus.com/Joey.
Lowercase bitches. Salute, grab that cock, grab that pussy, slip those fingers. No big deal. I know what big deal. Get the fuck up, cocksucker. What's happening, Lisa?
You just made me have a mental breakdown.
What happened?
Because 30 seconds before the show starts, you're like, your mom probably has a boyfriend. Your mom.
How old is your mom now?
Her early. Halfway through the century. I don't know. I don't want to say 55. Put her right around there.
She's got plenty of fucking things left to her.
I don't want to be the worst.
You know, I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect it. I'm just trying. It's a fucking reality. What do you want me to do? Sit at home and fucking comb that pussy? Mom's got to get action too. You don't think mom's at home? How long has she been divorced from you then?
At least probably 5 or 6 years. At least. No, never. She's married.
She's what?
She's like a Mary Magdalene. No, you can't think
Mary Magdalene's a dirty whore. Yeah, Mary Magdalene. You throwing your mom under the bus. It's a beautiful day to be alive. This little cocksucker. Great things are going on in your life. Maybe they're not going on in your life. Make them fucking go on in your life. Get up. Polish your shoes. You want your shoes polished always. Your shirt fucking ironed. You want to look good. Go get a job. Everybody talks, I don't have a job. You fucking got a job. You. Get up. Look sharp. Hide that fucking dumb tattoo of a bird on your fucking head. You fucking idiot. It's life out there. You got a bird tattoo. I see some guy with a bird fucking tattoo on his hand. Yeah. What are you going to do with that?
Express didn't go over and chop it off.
I almost went over and talked to him. Like, get it together. Put a glove on. Shit. A bird. You're 22 years old. You got muscles. Unbelievable. It's fucking bad. Unbelievable. What's going on?
Nothing. I think a lot about what we talk about during the show. I want to have something to talk about the next time. And as everyone knows, we've been talking a lot about my dating. And I thought about I'm really looking to make fun of me, but I fall in love immediately. It's been part of my issue. So I recently started seeing this girl. And I've not being an asshole, but I've been being assertive. Like when she said, "Do you want to be friends?" I said no. And then yesterday we were supposed to get together. And before I went to bed, she said she was too tired. And then when I woke up, she's like, "Oh, come anyways." And me 6 months ago would have run and not done anything I wanted to do yesterday. And I said, "No, I can't. I'm busy." And it's just and it's weird how they respond to that, and it's weird how I feel about it. I feel better because I always want people to like me, especially girls. But it's and she listens, and I like her a lot. But I couldn't do it, and it's I think they respect it, and because normally I would have run and done it immediately, and it's a weird thing I'm trying out.
See what happened last night?
What happened?
I called you last night 2 times. Tell you to bring you edibles, kill you, and all this shit. Didn't I tell you that yet?
You told me that every day.
Okay, but I didn't bring you nothing. You know what? I was outside the weed store. Got some tremendous weed. Did I not? Yeah. The problem was, when you say to me, no, then I gotta make you do it. You said to me, I said, okay, I'll go eat something and I'll take the edible. Done. There's no reason. And the more you eat those edibles, the stronger you're going to get.
The only reason I gave you shit Monday was because you spent probably 4 days. Each time you called me, I got the death for you. It's 500. It's 500 milligrams. I couldn't tell it to lower it.
At 6 o'clock at night, I got up at 7. I went to fucking jiu-jitsu. I went up going as high as I was. I had a great fucking time. Mondays and Fridays, it's Marcelo Madness. So he makes you do burpees and fucking run and makes you do push-ups a half hour before fucking class starts.
And you can do that stuff high?
Listen, I can do anything. I can't do a fucking burpee straight or high. You know, I can't do a fucking squat thrust no more.
No.
Like he made you run 10 times around the fucking jiu-jitsu gym. Then you had to do 15 squat thrusts, 15 push-ups, 15 sit-ups, 15 lunges, 15 something. I can do 15 everything else. Fucking squat thrust.
So is your knee still fucked up?
No, it's that I weigh 300 fucking pounds. My shoulder can't carry that shit no more. You know, I used to do those burpees when I was in college. At night, I'd do a couple lines of coke and think I was fucking Herschel Walker. I'd be doing those fucking burpees at night. But I can't. You gotta go. You gotta fucking go. And that's what it's really weirdly. I'm trying to write this book. My partner all morning. And I send him shit every Monday. And I'm going to this. I moved out of my mother's house. The house I took it to.
Yeah.
Moved out of there. After my mother died, I was staying there like fucking around praying before against the landlord. Called me against my dad. The house creeped me out so much.
Yeah, because you found her there.
Yeah, I fucking left it. I'm up to this chapter a lot of people didn't know. I never really talk about because doing coke all those years, people always pick one thing. When you do coke with somebody, everybody knows you got that house and everything else. So you start breaking down the truth theory comes out. And they start telling you what really fucking bothers them, why they do coke. They don't tell you this is why you go. They just tell you that sore spot. When I was 3, my father did a fucking shoehorn. And they went around with it. Yeah, they just started. And the more you know this person, the more they talk about that shit. But I mean, it doesn't affect them when they're jumping up and down the fucking bar. Yeah, like I was to go with people after 2 hours of doing blow, they'd stop and they'd say, actually, I'll never do blow again. And they give me that same pathetic fucking story every fucking night, you know. One of the stories that I have, one of the stories I never really believed in a long time was that I talked about the documentary. You know, yes, I found my mother dead. There was more than that fucking story. My mother used to wake me up at night, every fucking night when I was a kid, with food. Every fucking night, 3:20, 3:30, she'd come in the room. I was Antonio, wake up. I made you, I brought you Chinese style. They would leave New Jersey in those days and go into the city and get a steak or whatever the fuck and bring it home. And then I would eat it, at 4 in the morning. But the constant was the 4-star diet ratio. I didn't let BLTs, I love BLTs. All the fucking delicious, no cap. And she'd wake me up and do something. She woke me up at the time I was fucking 5. Every night I woke up for an hour. Every fucking night when I was a kid. I talked to her. I made sure everything was all right, and then I go to bed. I did that for fucking 20 fucking years. I did that every night. She talked to me high or whatever the fuck she was on, and we talked a little bit about her day and what she had to do the next day. So after my stepdad broke up, I started sleeping in her bedroom. I was scared to sleep in her. I was always scared of that fucking bed. I made it easy. She had a huge bed. So I would just put it on the other side. I don't know if it was a king size bed back then. We made it special. She fucking kind of tailor-made it because it's like a big fucking bed. So I slept in that bed every fucking night. Okay,
So how old were you when you were
15.
Oh, really?
15. So I think one left like that. Like this, about 6 to 7 months. I was sleeping with my mother.
And were you scared when Juan was there and you just couldn't be there, or when he left you got scared?
I was always scared.
Okay.
I was always a scared little kid. I was always all that shit, especially my fucking head. So the night that my mother died, I went out and did some acid. Came home. Tail end of the acid.
Yeah.
These guys didn't have the same curfews I had.
Yeah.
I had no curfew. So they would all be like, yeah. So we went out to the acid. Whatever. I went home. I went to sleep. I went to bed that night. And I just remember this because I'm writing about it. I went to bed that night. And yes. When she came in that night, she yelled for me.
You know she did?
She did. Okay. She turned down. I heard it, and I just fucking said, no, I don't want to deal with it. I'll wake up and the acid still like I said. When pupils are dilated, something I just didn't know. I was really not knowledgeable about that. I didn't know why I didn't get up. And then a little while later, I saw that the light in the hallway was off. But she still wasn't in bed. So I went downstairs and found her downstairs. Now, she usually brought food. So this is my dilemma for years. My dilemma for years is after the ambulance left, they took her. I looked at shit. She didn't bring food home.
You think she was?
So she was cooking eggs.
Oh, she was.
She was making eggs. She tried to roll it up, raise it, until midnight. She's probably in a bar in the city, her buddies, and she came over. She was taking care of her. I didn't hear them. But I do know that there was no food that night. So for years, I didn't know if she was yelling. She was dying. I didn't know. So I didn't know. Now, I never talked about it. Right? All the time, you and I.
No.
Because I know for a fact when it's your time, it's your time. If I would have gone downstairs,
Now, did you know that? I mean, you were 15, so it's been 35 years. You didn't know that at the beginning, because like you just thinking about it, that's all I'm thinking about is like, do you wonder?
no, I knew that. I knew that.
So you
didn't have more.
So you didn't feel guilty at all. I'm not saying it was your fault, but it's like,
A little guilty, and I could have gone over and people, oh my God, did I tell you that because of me, my mother died? No, she didn't. God had a fucking plan because you can't control. Nobody has a fucking expiration date. Nobody knows if you're gonna fucking expire. You can be
yeah.
I could have walked down there and she was still dying. You know, what could have happened? And that's always been a doubt in my head. I've always taken care of it. I took care of it 3 years later. I wasn't going to be one of those people every time you got high, every time you met somebody, 10 minutes into the conversation, they're going to tell you that fucking idiot people, oh my God, I'm using so let me give you 120 years. Get over it, cocksucker. You know, because people always have that over something fucking with.
Yeah.
I just didn't have that. God's going to take you.
And you don't think like, because you just said people always have a reason for doing coke. You don't think like that could have been a reason for doing coke?
I was on my way to destruction way before that fucking test. You know, I had already done much. It just wasn't big. I had already done blow. But my mother died. I had done coke maybe twice.
But do you think they did it for 29 more years because she passed away? Like if she was still today, do you think your life would have gone around the same path? You would have been worse? What do you think would have happened though? It would have been worse. I mean,
I hooked on drugs, I would have got in trouble. Some people got drugs in the house.
you did get in trouble.
No, I would have got in trouble. I was in trouble. Probably in the fucking apartment. Way down. It was the best thing that could have happened.
Yeah, you said she lost the bar by then. And
so it was just going to get worse. And I would have just got worse. I wouldn't really. Listen, in my eyes, I didn't amount to nothing. Most of the it's a true story. So it's children that's great society. It's not important with doctors, great lawyers, engineers.
yeah, but not everyone can be a lawyer.
You know what? You gotta go to school. You don't understand what the plans my mother had. You don't understand the plans for COVID-19. So I wanted to wear a suit, even though I got fucking suit. I wanted to represent criminals in court. Something to do with the law. That's what I wanted. You know, that's what I wanted. So it didn't work out that way. And plans, but thank God I was always outgoing. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, like I said, I'm writing this book. It's really weird things. I should write. So I usually look at what I'm going to write and then I leave it for a day. And I make notes when I go to the coffee shop and write.
Okay.
And then I think about it. It's really weird when I wrote that. It took me back there.
Yeah, you called me and you said I'm not even doing a set. I just had to get out of the
Yeah, I
house.
had to get out of the fucking house. I took a shower, started pushing my pussy. At 10 o'clock, I left the house. Bang. 1 a.m.
I can't believe. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but the fact that you're saying like you would have been, like to me, like you went to jail for 3 years for kidnapping a guy with a machine gun, and you're like, that was the light. Like it could have been so much worse. That's fucking. I don't know if it's the weak of my brain. Like I can't even. Like, I can't even
understand what things can happen in life. no idea what bad things could happen. Last night, after I called Joe went home, I was writing.
Uh-huh.
I something like these. I forced myself to get up from the computer and go in front of the TV. Last night it was a gangster show. About a Dominican lawyer that was drug dealers. Taking drug dealers and killing them.
Because he didn't like drug dealers or no?
Because he was a thief. After he's straight up, that was his scam. They can't tell I'm sitting there showing all these images of people getting shot. What the fuck? I had no idea. I didn't know what kids were for years later. I found out that it was very best. I don't know. I think the question was that people have these
You pulled guns out and you tried to rob. I mean, I know you jumped up windows and stuff, but you went in when people were there.
In '94, after I got divorced, I was real fucking crazy. I needed money. I needed $400 cushion. I was attorney. I had a wife and baby. I was the end. I didn't fucking know. You put me against the wall, but I don't know. So you put me against the wall, give me a gun, I will do. And Joey's called the fucking show. I had Joey called a couple of people got scared. People fucking wrote me back. The two guests I've had that fucking people emailed me and said, you fucking crazy. It was Mike running from the space on the Broadway car here in the and fucking Joey Filato. Yeah, Joey Filato in 94. He had a cousin that was crazy. And I love this cousin. This cousin loved me. I didn't fuck out crazy. He was a criminal that respected me as a criminal. But he loved that shit down. Like he died down. Darren was alive today. He'd be out here. I know. I fucking know. Choking motherfuckers, grabbing me spots, smacking agents, getting me more trouble than I've had on my own.
But so, how do you know? Do you get paranoid after you break down someone's house? Like that they're gonna come, the cops are gonna come knocking on your door, or they're gonna come knocking on your door?
Oh my God!
How do you leave the house? Like I would imagine, like drive-by. It's like I only know this from movies, so I don't even know what's real or not.
The point of the story was that could have been me.
How was it not you?
I knew that was going to turn 37. Year 2000. That's one thing I knew for sure. I knew I can look you in the face and tell you I can never fuck you. That seemed to me in 1985, year 2000, seemed like sci-fi fucking network to me. Like something I was never going to worry about. Or never going to see. You know, it's funny how I used to throw shit out there. What do you mean? Food and fucking garbage. I'm driving in a car. I was a complete fucking savage. I had no respect. The biggest respect you can have. You don't respect yourself. You gotta respect yourself. People throw shit in the fucking ocean. People throw shit. That's great. You want to be a fucking pig. Sandwich wrappers on your floor and live in fucking filth. That's your fucking business. When you start to lose fucking streets and shit, then you have no respect for yourself. You don't respect the you guys. You know, when you live with people, you clean your fucking dishes because people need you behind the door. I used to fucking be at home.
No, that was a little
Until about 1997, I used to be a fucking police. Because I never thought that it would. Who gives a fuck about you? They're going to tell you now you can't take showers. You're running out of fucking water. 10 years ago, I would leave the fucking water around all day on principle. Just on principle. I can't do that. I can't do that. I haven't done anything like that. Until about 12, 13 years. I can see how I evolved. I can see why I wanted to get these. I'm going back to me, what I used to be like when I was 10.
Now, let's say, I don't know what age, like when you were my age, and you said you couldn't imagine getting to 2000.
24? No fucking way.
Did you actively think like I'm never gonna get to 37, or you just didn't?
No,
It
I
never crossed your mind.
never thought I'd be 37 at all. Never even fucking close. Never even close. Never even close. And then when I came out, it's so funny that being a loser sometimes is advantageous.
In what way?
Being a loser, because I was a loser for a long time. And once I became, sometimes you like I was just anybody who's been doing something for a long time. I really had a good time talking to this Fabiano. That was fucking amazing. He was saying how he was a white belt for 2 years, he was a blue belt for 7 fucking years. He was a purple belt for 2 or something years, and he was a brown belt for 2. I basically got to this point in my life not because I was in a available position, but because I couldn't leave LA. I had nowhere else to go. You know what I'm saying? So what was I going to do? Just sit here at night? I might as well do 3-4 spots in my life. Sometimes being a loser has an advantage. Because you're like a fucking dummy like me. You just kept sticking with something. I stuck with it. I stuck with being a stand-up. I love it. I couldn't do it. I don't want to do it. Yeah, I like to be an attorney. Yeah, I like to be a brick mason. Yeah, I like to do a lot of fucking things. I have a lot of dreams. I can be a guitar player in a band. Sit on chicks. I'm going to be a firefighter. I'm going to be a lawyer. I'm going to be a fucking firefighter. Fight and shit. That's scary. What's going on? Tell me something. Yeah, I'm just swimming for a week. But I ain't start to get. Okay. And every day, 10, 20 minutes, you're going to feel a lot better about yourself. That little thing with the baby, but just walking. I read this. Did you see that the guy who lost 20 pounds by walking? No. He was giving himself walking on a drill. They said the first day he went, he was helpless. He was like a heart attack. It's so fucking real. Like, I didn't work out his dreams. I didn't work out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Monday, I just jiu-jitsu at 11 o'clock and 9 o'clock at night. My body had to do something, so I went Monday after the end of the day. My feet were bothering me, so I got a little bicycle. I got a little bicycle, 20, then I got a long range bicycle, 10. Then I got a shit. Yeah. I started doing that. Don't work out for 3 days. I don't work out. And that first dose of sweat. Smell like everything we eat. It smell like fucking steak, tacos, avocado, fucking soda. Like that thing. If you don't sweat for 3 or 4 days, you sweat the first group of sweat comes out a lot thicker. It smells like weed. That brownie, it just smells so bad. When I got to put my hunger shirt on, I had to just throw the shirt. I was in heaven because the whole heaven is thick. Put moisture in there, so I hang the shirt up. I went to take it. And then it was dry, but it was hard. It was like a hard fucking t-shirt. It was fat, and the fucking girl was just
Yeah, so in that case, I think it's important that all of us kind of
I love it. I love it.
if we're to love everybody,
So
we
what?
realize that sometimes people are suffering from different things that we may not be, that possibly, make them see things that are inappropriate or may not be that nice, but that everyone's got their own battles, and JW probably has his own battles to deal with, and he's probably still a good person.
I just don't like quinoa. I can't fucking eat quinoa, whatever the fuck that is. Quinoa, quinoa. I don't like that shit. Where's the music? You're looking at a little fucking Eagles this morning. We never played the Eagles on here. It's a bad fucking jam right here. Oh shit. I should be calling any minute now. Alright. I'm ready. Ooh.
You know what I listened to this morning before I got here? I listened to Rumors. I listened to you showed me about the first time. It's a great album.
Great album. 1977 was the 8th fucking grade. Claudia Costa. Claudia Costa was a cute girl. She made those fucking things once.
Okay.
She was on Letterman with fucking the baton.
Have you played it?
Like that with your fingers. With your fingers. That's what you do with your fingers.
Yeah.
Bad motherfucker. by the athlete, bro. He was 6'8", so he was running down the list of stuff. Calvin Murphy is not a good job on the station. I went down and the city to the side. It was a lie.
Okay.
Woman just I don't know what the fuck was going on. They used to be a show. Still is the NBA on CBS.
Injuries or whatnot. But
Joe. Red
but
all
it
back.
doesn't justify selling pizza bar every week to different person. Or doing like people with actions where they're actually, I mean, like igers into like emergency, footprints of porn that we have. But out there, you need to figure out how it is. I understand he had his issues. It's like,
Years after you see the big black guys,
You must have done it because you loved it. You must have got a baton. Did you get a baton?
Chuck, just cut the string and fall the whole fucking Chuck. That's good for your fingers. The finger bangs will be like that fucking over.
Oh no.
You finger bang any of these chicks you date.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like is assholes. Everything else is great.
Somebody sent me a picture of an asshole.
Oh, this guy, and he just sent, I don't know who's got the picture of it, and one guy said it would look like you probably don't know what, but the pit in Star Wars, like it looked like that. Oh, gotta come, but it was clean, but yeah, still on it.
Is this my girl?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Madison. How are you, my love?
I'm good. How are you?
Not bad. I thank you very much for getting up early and calling in. I know you're on that. I know you got a family and
This is
stuff.
the usual.
What time do you usually get up, Madison? What time do you usually get up?
I'm usually up between 6 and 6:30.
All right, so we're good. We're good. You got some coffee in you? You got a couple
Yeah.
jumping jacks like Lisa
Yeah,
had?
hot.
All right. What's going on in your world?
Just usual work, kids. We're preparing for a move.
Where you moving to?
Just from North Hollywood to go down.
Okay, that's not that bad. Okay, you were going to leave me here for a while.
Being closer to the kids.
Oh, that's good. Hey, let me ask you something. So how long have you been involved with yoga, Madison?
Well, I've been teaching it since 2003, but I have been practicing it for a few years before I went to teacher training.
And how long is the teacher training?
Are we talking or are we on podcast?
We're on a podcast. You and me are talking.
Oh!
At the Flying Goose room. At my man's in the room. Lisa Hayat's in the room.
Hi.
Hi!
No, we're doing a podcast. We're on. We're live.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that we were on right now.
Yeah. We're not playing. How are you, my love?
Oh, okay. Well, before I went into teacher training, I had people had mentioned to me before, oh, you should try yoga. In Southern California, and I just went, oh no, I don't want to do yoga. Oh no, it's not for kids. I don't want to do yoga. And then I met a boy, and I really liked him, and he was into yoga. So that's how I got into the yoga practice. Actually, following a big boy in class one day.
And how long is the teacher training after that?
The teacher training that I went through, a long time ago, like 10 years ago, so I might not be exact, but I think we did it for almost 6 months, I think. Well, not 6 months, maybe 4 months, one every weekend. It was a Friday, some Friday nights, every Saturday and Sunday. And then after the teacher training, back when I was doing it, you had to come out and follow a senior teacher for 6 months to a year. You would come in and assist in their classroom or sit in the class or take the class, and then that senior teacher would hold meetings, maybe not at their discretion, and whoever was in that training would go, and then we talk about what happened in class. why she gave an adjustment, why she gave a posture that followed another posture, or questions about that other students had while they were in the posture that came up. So it was very hands-on back when I was teaching.
And you still go to class, like you still attend the class.
Well, I do. Absolutely. I love to take other people's classes. I also am in fitness as well, and I do personal training, and I also teach yoga privately. And this what I say often is even trainers need trainers, because as someone who's standing outside of you, I mean, alignment-wise, you can see what's happening with your body. It's very difficult for you to see what's happening with your body. So it's the same for people who teach. It's difficult to see what's happening on the outside. There's this thing, you get focused, you get locked into what's happening on the inside and how it feels, and you don't know, maybe you've been sitting on your right hip a lot for the last 4, 5, 6 months, and it feels normal for your hip to be over to the right, and then someone comes along and maybe adjusts you, and it may not feel right, but the alignment is right.
I read a lot about yoga. I went to your class for a long time. And one of the real advantages I felt, I got a lot better. One of the true advantages is you see, I see women that do this for a while, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful. I see these women in class, they're all married. Wow, look at this woman. What does she do? It's amazing.
Sometimes it's, when you connect, exercise is exercise, right? Like people come to me and they go, oh, I want to lose weight, or I want to get build this muscle. And my question is always, well, how long is your time frame? Because in yoga, the time frame is years sometimes. It's not 2 weeks, 30 days, 90 days. It really is a long process. And if you want to, lose weight right away, go do cardio, go on your elliptical, go take a boot camp class, go, run. That's the fastest way to get to your goal.
Like the satanic,
what you look on the outside can be a benefit of the yoga practice. But how you feel on the inside is really the most important part of the yoga practice. It's not even doing the posture correctly, and it's not making it look beautiful. It's about how you feel while you're in your practice. And I think that sometimes can bring an energy around the person that is very light, very calm, very bright.
Sometimes people don't realize when they're saying certain things, like it's so aware of it, but they don't really, like I have a brother that's 2 years younger than
they work real hard and they got control, and they have a very different expression on their face, and they're hard, and they study hard, and then you have someone who comes out of yoga, and one of the things I love about yoga is Shavasana, at the end, when everyone lays down still. And
sometimes
thankful that you're not moving anymore. You're good. But every
we'd be at the supermarket or something, and we'd be at checkout, and you would look at the checkout lady, and they'd be like paper or plastic, and bit paper, and then he'd be like, you're a dumb bitch, suck my cock. And like, I would have to
You're a great teacher.
be like,
as a stand-up comic, I learned a lot.
can't say that. And he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that I said that.
You have fear
Because it's a brain thing, so I just wanted to point that out. I mean,
walk over to me,
anyways,
walk over to the girl. How do you
No,
feel about
That's something I had to, I struggled with in the beginning, because I'm naturally very shy person. I don't know most people think so, but it's something I used to struggle with a lot. And it's just been, when I stopped thinking about how I felt in the front of the room, and I started thinking about the individual students in the classroom, and started focusing on them. A lot of the time, I'll come in to start a class and I'll have something kind of mapped out that I was going to do that day, and then I end up doing something completely different, and not even close to what I had intended for the class. And that purely based on who is in the classroom. Because teaching a class is not about me and what I want out of that class. It's about who's in the class and what's in the need of in the room. That helps me to overcome my fear in front of the room or leading a class. Being able to kind of see who's in the room and what they need, and bring that into the practice. It made it more joyful to teach that way.
Examples like, I was just messaging with Travis back to space, and he's like, I'm not interested tonight,
I don't know if that works in your
message. He's basically
beautiful. I never thought about it that way.
was in here
Because sometimes you leave, you gotta go up there, and they look at you and they make, in their mind, they judge you. You judge for the first 30 seconds. So I know what this guy's gonna say. So you don't take them in that direction. Then you just have to beat them like subversively. Like sometimes you have to I don't know how to describe it. It's so weird, but that is beautiful. And I can just imagine, like, sometimes you go in, there's gonna be 15 people in class, and you go in, and there's 4 people. So everything changes. That's how it changes in my world. Like on a Tuesday night, I'll write a good joke. And I have my intention of just trying that joke. And I'll get to the place, and I thought there was going to be 190 people, and there's 4 people. So you can't go up there and try that joke. You got to do it a different way, you know? So.
Yeah, I'd like to see it that way, sure.
It's amazing how I had to go to an audition one time. You're an actress, you understand this. I had to go to an audition one day. And then the feedback I got from the initial audition was, he was a big guy, was going in the role, was a thug. They said you went into a mind, so it just so happens that the audition was right before he died. And you had a class that morning, right there, they said there, and I said, I'm going down there. She'll soften me up a little bit, poses, and I'll breathe. And I went into the audition, and I got it, I nailed it. But it was funny on the way out, I thought about that, how when I left yoga that morning, when I walked in, I felt a certain way, but when I walked out, I felt a certain way, and I made myself feel that way. It was really weird. I had never done that before. Like, if you go hit the bag and ride the bike, you have these things on your thought, like your mind. But that day, by going to yoga, breathing, it softens everything up.
Well, congratulations. I didn't know that.
Oh, this is like 2 years ago. Oh, yeah, it was a while ago. Because I used to take your Thursday morning class. Right? Thursday morning after why. And now you just have the Thursday, right?
Yeah.
And then you teach somewhere else?
Well, right now I just teach at the Y, one class at the Valley, and then I teach privately. I'd like to get into going back into studios, and I did approach some of the studios before. I had held a lot more classes before I had children. I had the freedom to be available more often and frequently, and I've been successful for many people, and I had more of my own classes. But after having my children, it just my focus changed. to them. And I did teach with them for a while, mommy and me classes together and baby yoga. But I went back into some of the studios recently, and it kind of brought you back to, well, you got to get back on the bus list, you've got to be at mercy of someone else's schedule and availability. And I'm a single mother now, so that's not, quite often it's not realistic for me. I need as much financial structure in my life as my children need stability and structure in their life. So, I'd love to expand. It has been difficult to do that. Also, now there's a lot of yoga teachers out there. And it just has become a little bit of new to this world of instructing. There's a lot easier to get at a much lower rate, and it makes perfect business sense for studios to take those teachers first.
You know, if you drive up and down Magnolia, what do you count? 18 yoga studios.
There's a lot, and
There's a lot.
there are great teachers in studios, and I attend, all classes every week. I do. I love it especially when I walk into a room and someone really knows their alignment and things like that to help put me back into my speakers. I try to walk in with that idea that this is new. It's my first time, and let go of anything that I to let go of the teacher and really be the student. That's challenging sometimes.
You know, Madison, I take the baby out a walk every morning. I walk around North Hollywood Park, and I've been seeing something. Because I've lived up by the park for the last 3 years. So
there's a big, beautiful park on off of from the Y.
yeah, that one there in the mornings. I usually walk with the baby until about 9:30, and then I go home. It's so weird when I'm watching them, seeing that more people, like there's a boxing class now across the street. A boxing class. And the guy hangs a bag in the park. He walks a 90-pound bag into the park and hangs it. And he's got cones in there and a little ring. And he takes each guy and he runs with them. And while the other guy is boxing, the other guy's shadow boxing, the other guy's on the floor. And I tell you something, Madison, I would stop over and give the guy whatever he wants just to, I have the baby. I have the baby, but it's kind of nice. Madison, you're a great teacher. I've been to a couple of yoga. I've never been to any other studio but Hollywood YMCA. And that's a little bit too, whatever for me. A little bit
They're very focused on the flow. They like to really move.
No, but they're focused on the other stuff, the Hollywood stuff. I like real people. You're as real as it gets. It's so weird. Like, you're a very good teacher, Madison. You're good with people.
Thank you, Joey. That means a lot.
Yeah, take it into the park. I mean, I know you're a single mom now, and that breaks my heart.
I consider that, but one of the things that for me is I follow the rules.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I
follow the rules, so I did look into it, and there's a lot of rules that people break to do things like that, and I don't like to see that. If the city says no, you're not supposed to be doing that. It's not okay. You need to pay your rent. You need to do your insurance. You can only work. I'm one of those people who goes, okay, just let me know what the rules are, and I'll see if I can.
No, I don't blame you. I wouldn't want you to break any rules either. But you know what? There's rules, and like you said, you're a single mom. You got to eat, and you got to So
I don't want to end up with a big fat fine or end up going to court over not following the rules.
But when there's a will, there's a way. And like I said, you're great at what you do. I wouldn't have you on the phone if I didn't think you were really. My wife loves you to death. I think you're great.
Oh my God, how is she doing? I haven't seen her in a while, so I know she's busy. She's got back to work. Then you guys have your hands full with your beautiful little baby.
She wanted to go back to work. She wanted to go back because she's in promotion 2 years. What did she work there for 10 years? So it's about that, but it takes away from the yoga time. I told her to come back for like 30 hours or whatever. It's like talking to so she goes Saturday. That's when I'm in town.
Yeah.
So I'm in town this week, and then that's it. I'm down for 4 weeks. So
Oh my God.
yeah, but I'm only on Fridays and Saturdays and Thursdays. So I'm trying the rest of the time. So, listen, I want you to call in again and let us know where you're at, if you check into the studio or something. You're great at what you do. Talk to these
Well,
people.
if people want to come check it out, you can support your local YMCA. Valley. That's one of the things I love about at the YMCA. It's really about the family.
I love it.
Yeah, it is, and it's one of the reasons why I continue there. Even with the move, I want to make the drive because I really the class that we have on Thursday is very special class to me. People come and it's know people over the years to really become my family. And you don't really, I haven't gotten that too much anywhere else or teaching many other classes outside of yoga in that way. There's a connection. And it is a special class. Everyone in the class is very, they all know each other and they take care of each other. And I watch people in class take care of these new students who come in when I can't get to them. It's a very special group of people. So I'm honored to be.
It's funny how I started Hawaiian House. Hawaiian House. They do everything. They rub your feet. They've got the bubble bath. They got the steam bath. They've got
That's right.
They've got the showers.
It's the Hollywood YMCA spa.
Yeah, it's a spa. They have the towels. They have the shaving cream. And I remember the first time I went to NoHo to East Valley. I went there with no towels, jumping in the pool. I came out of the pool and I'm like, where's the towels? And I'm drying myself with paper towels. And it's such a working man's YMCA. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
You go outside, like I have to ride the bike outside and I hit the punching bag. The punching bag breaks like once a month. It's a working man's Y. Then you have to switch your workout and beat up on Ted, the little striking dummy. And if he's jacked up, if he's not filled up with water, then I'm squats. It's such a great little Y. It really is. I love it. I won't go anywhere else. It's like a 48-hour fitness truck around the corner, whatever the hell that is. And my person, I got a pass. It's 40 a month. It's great. I'd rather stay in the North Hollywood Y. I really do. I love it.
Yeah, it is. It really has become a family. Now that you have a little girl, you'll appreciate it more because it is very much about family. It's one of the things I love about life. It's difficult to give up for that reason. When you have a family, it's very, very difficult to give up.
I'm scared to drop her off in a little babysitting box. I throw a fit, and I'm in the middle of a downward dog, huffing and puffing, and I gotta run over there and save the kid. I'll have a heart attack.
She's not old enough for that yet.
No, she's gonna be 5 on Sunday. 5 months old. I can drop her off. You have a question for me?
Yeah, hey Madison, my name's Lee. But the question I was thinking about is, you already know Joey. He's a big guy, and I've lost some weight, but I'm still a big guy. And Joey makes fun of me because I have the flattest feet in the world, and I have no balance. And we have a bunch of listeners who are health conscious. What do you say to people who haven't done yoga before? Like, should you do private lessons first, or what do you? Because I'd fall over if I was sitting down. So yoga is something I've never thought of doing before.
Don't be afraid to get it wrong.
I think that's a really beautiful
that would be, when the having students come in and they say, I've never.
We love you, Lacey. Please, everyone, have a positive, Lacey today for the people that need help. The lovely day you. So, folks, have a great day. Hopefully another space will start up. Be considerate about each other, love each other, because at the end of the day, we're all going to meet up again one day, whether we like it or not. Be friends, we're not going to be enemies. I love you. I hope we're all going to have a great day. I've really made my morning. Thank you very much, everyone. Logan, all the speakers. This was fun. This was really good. I appreciate it.
I'm not sure what I'm doing. If you don't worry about it, it's okay. You're going to get everything wrong today. You're not going to get anything right, not even standing. Don't worry about it. And you can, if you just were standing and you were doing the posture, the standing posture correctly and breathing properly, you could build up a sweat in 30 seconds. Beads of sweat on your forehead. If you were doing the posture correctly, and someone who's been taking yoga for 15 years who just does the posture wouldn't understand that. They would think standing posture, that's nothing. Get me into a place where I can twist my ankles behind my head. That's, so it's, I always remember that one of the things that yoga did for me in the first year of teaching, I was instructed by my teachers I could not teach anything about special needs and injuries and level 1. And, having a big ego and being, young, I wanted to come out and be the big rock star teacher, teach all the power flow classes, and, show everybody that I could, throw my leg up in the air and hold it there forever. But what I appreciate about what those teachers did for me is they brought me into a place of being extremely humble. Because my first classes I ever taught, I remember this, was I had a lady in the room who had vertigo, a couple of people who had knee surgeries recently, a gentleman who had heart surgery, a woman who had a shoulder that popped in and out of her socket every time she took her arms up above her head. And they were all in the same classroom. And how do you teach to this room where, where when you think of yoga, you see this flow, down dog, cobra, standing forward fold, dancer's pose, tree pose, and most everybody in that room, no one would be able to do that. And so yoga isn't all those postures. It's really, when you go into a classroom for your first time, go to the middle back so that you have people in front of you, on the sides of you, and maybe a person behind you if you can. And so you can look and see what other people are doing. Not that you should do what they're doing, but you'll get an idea when the teacher says triangle pose. You can just look to your left and there's someone there, they're doing a posture. You go to the other side and you kind of start to get this picture of, okay, what space your body's going to be in, but know that it doesn't have to look like what that person's doing or what that person's doing. And it takes, before you try it for 30 days before you give it up. And like finding a good therapist, you might have to try a few before you find someone that you connect with, because that makes a really big difference too. I know some teachers teach in a fashion where they start each class with a very personal story about their lives and how what they're going to teach in that class that day is going to reflect. They will carry you through the postures, and you'll get into a hip opener, and that will be a part of their story and something that they realize. And they'll take you to handstand, and that will be another part of their story. So they create this storyline. And for some people, they connect immediately to it. They go, oh man, I've been through a breakup recently, and I understand how that feels, and I really connect to that story. And they go through class, and they connect to all the points of the story, and they come out feeling very healed from that class. And for other people, they'll come in and go, I have a great relationship. I'm in a good place right now. I don't want to hear this story. Ruin what I got going on. And they don't connect to anything. So it's really, you have to, usually within the first one or two classes, you'll know if you connect to who's teaching the class as well.
Now,
Some people, yeah.
oh, sorry. There's different kinds of yoga. Like my dad for years did the hot yoga bedroom, and I went like 2 or 3 times, and I hated it because I didn't know the yoga, and then also it's 800 degrees. Like, do you have a class that if you, not everyone lives in North Hollywood, but if you had a class that anyone could go to like any normal yoga studio and like look for, like what do you recommend if it's like your first time?
I would start with like Hatha class.
Hosta, H-O-S-T-A?
H-A-P-H-A.
Okay.
And the thing is about it is in the Hatha level 1. I would start with the Hatha level 1. And it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy, that there's a better chance that it would be easy. But if you can, and almost every studio offers it, is go to their free intro to yoga. One of the things that I find is that although a lot of teachers may talk about breathing and deep breathing and things like that as throughout their class, sometimes what they don't do is they don't teach you how to do the ujjayi breath, which is yoga without breath-centered work. Yoga postures are purely for exercise, just to make the body flexible and strong. When you add the breath work, you add a different, what I feel is like you can lift weights and not do, you don't do yoga breath. You have to do a different kind of breath just for that exercise to move the weight around. You have to do a different kind of breathing for running, a different kind of breathing for swimming, a different. So in yoga, it's really the foundation of the practice, even more than the posture, more than being able to, do down dog and do triangle pose, is breathing. And if that's all you did throughout the you started the class, you kind of got the breathing down, you started some posture, it didn't work for you. If you just sat and did deep breathing for the next 40 minutes of class, that's a great practice. It's a beautiful practice. If that's all you wanted to do, you're just on your back with your knees bent and your feet on the floor, and all you did was breathe. That would be an amazing practice. But you have to be able to let go of your fear of people judging you. So why is that person on the floor? Why is they doing anything? Why are they just breathing? What's wrong with them? You have to be able to let go of that fear of someone judging you for doing that. And that can be one of the most difficult things to overcome, is that you're doing it wrong and everybody else is going to know it. If you would like, so I'd love to come back and tell you guys some stories. So being an instructor, there's a lot of very interesting yoga stories.
You're so sweet, Madison.
See, I've seen it all.
You're a sweetheart, Madison. So you just have Thursday mornings now, that's it?
Just training in the morning, it works. On Mondays, I was training a group of ladies, but they've taken the summer off. So, just any time, Mondays to Fridays, but at this time, it's great. I really appreciate you. Thank you for bringing me on. And I think also I can find you. I can go in and I can do the archive, right?
Yeah, you know, Church what's happening now on iTunes. How can we find you? That's the main thing. How can we find you?
Well, you could, in the next couple of weeks, you should be able to find me at Train with Madison.
Okay. .com?
And,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
All right. When you get it up and going, we'll bring you back and you tell us the yoga stories, right?
Okay.
I love you, Madison. And I'm happy
I
you're
love
doing
you
your
too,
thing.
Joey. Take care of your beautiful family.
All right, you
nice
too,
to
all right?
meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you.
Bye, my love.
She's great.
She is the sweetest lady in America. I feel bad that she's a single mom.
And I almost don't want to say it because it sounds creepy, but is she really pretty? She sounds like
Tremendous.
like some people have that voice. And like,
Yeah, tremendously knockout. She's a knockout. But it's not her looks in this situation. It's what she brings to you. She's so free.
she sounds like a perfect yoga teacher.
Yeah,
So nice.
she's great. When you go to, I go to YMCA, guys. What do you want me to do? Go to brunch and drop 2,000 fucking lunch for the same shit. I'm gonna get the fucking why I'm a fat fuck. I don't have, those are the gyms. So it's a social thing. For me, I want to talk to the fucking why. But that why is so, both whys, even the Hollywood why. I just went to Sacramento. That's quick. We sat together. We talked. I love what the YMCA brought into my life. I love it. I love it. And if you can't, a lot of people can't even. I tell that story on sets. I go to why in Hollywood, North Hollywood. You look at it, you're fucking. You know what? I've seen a lot of fucking good actors at the Y. The guy from the Longest Yard, LA Confidential, the Warden of the Jail, Mark Ruffalo, Denzel Washington works for plays work at the Y. In Hollywood, a lot of fucking people go to the Y at lunchtime, man. A lot of parents. And just even as North Hollywood, people, when they see the kids and the kids stuff, they got kids karate, and they got so finger painted, and they watch the kids, and they it just does something. In Madison, I listened, man, the first time I walked into a yoga class, I was paranoid to pieces, scared shit.
I can imagine.
But then I would go Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the Tuesday I quit. And then for the yoga teachers, I was 60. And I would see the ladies that she bring in at 60, and I go, look at this, what is this? There's a chick on Tuesday morning yoga that's got to be 60, 67. She walks to yoga like a huge drive in Hollywood, like that. Magnolia and morning, she'll have her mat. She's fucking, her face is beautiful. But people never take care of themselves. I know 1,000 people when I was 15 that were 50. They didn't take care of themselves. They did nothing. In this society now, you guys are thinking, Joey, what the fuck? Are you some flaming fag? You're going to hear this trying to fucking podcast. No, I'm giving you every opportunity. I love smoking dope. I like fucking sucking and getting my dick sucked. But to do all these things, you gotta be alive. Your circulation gotta be good. You want to eat ass, you gotta go to fucking yoga, and that's it. You want to eat ass, you gotta go to fucking yoga. That's it. You gotta get your shit together, man. And that's why we're here. When we're finished today, go to fucking onyx.com, get a rope, get a fucking kettlebell, get some fucking alpha bread. I used to take a little alpha bread, a piece of banana bread, and I go to yoga. Stop it. Like a savage, I go in there. A savage, you're in fucking deep fucking thought. You understand me? Like a savage thought. And you try it. If you don't like it, you don't have to fucking do it. Go to, did you ever see that? They started playing the Chinese guy that went to Vietnam. He was all fucked up. He was 400 pounds. He did yoga. He lost 100 and something pounds. He was fucking yoga. Yoga's just hard on you. You're fucking strong. I stopped going because of the hours. My wife gets home at 5. I can't go from 7:30. My wife won't go. That used to be our date night. Tuesday night was yoga together.
Yeah.
That was our big fucking thing together. We go to Madison, we go to Michelle. Try yoga. If you don't fucking like it, then I'm the bad guy. I gotta give some shout outs. It's Peter from Frankfurt, Virginia. I love you, cocksucker. Paul Higginson. Another bad motherfucker. Gatto Martinelli. Dan Piccini. This guy's all over the place. He's like dog shit. I love him. Kelly Valdez. Charles Eshelman. And mesquite pool service, you bad motherfucker. You understand? Listen to me. Fuck that fucking stupid. What the fuck? You gotta get your shit together. Yoga, reefer, Lisa, yeah. What are you looking at? You want to smoke some more weed? Lee, drop the knowledge on these motherfuckers. Tell them what they're missing.
They're missing Hulu Plus. We're still brought to you by Hulu Plus. Go to huluplus.com/Joey, lowercase Joey.
Lowercase cocksucker.
As you should know by now. And there's also a banner at joeydiaz.net. And we've told you about a lot of their TV shows, but they have a bunch of movies there too. They have Pulp Fiction. They have a bunch of documentaries, which I love. They have something called Forks Over Knives, which is this great health eating documentary. They have a bunch of stuff. They have I'm trying to think what the McDonald's documentary. I'm forgetting right now. But then they have Revenge.
They got SNL. They got the Twilight fucking Zone from 1959 with Rod Sterling when he was still doing heroin with the Chinese people in the village. Listen, cut this shit. Go to huluplus.com. Go to the box. Go to my webpage. You go to joeydiaz.net. Look at the t-shirts. Look at the fucking tour. And then what you do is you go to Hulu Plus and you type in, what do they type in? Joey, lowercase, why cut this shit? If you like it, you get 2 free weeks. Who gives you anything for fucking free nowadays? 2 free fucking weeks. That's 80,000 things a day. You can sit there, smoke dope, watch the TV, and light yourself on fire. You're like, Joe, what do you mean TV? Yeah, I know you can watch on your PC or your computer with Hulu.com. Hulu Plus. We're going to take that motherfucking part into the living room. You get your balls licked and your dick sucked while you're watching something on HuluPlus.com. That's how we fucking roll. You're going to get 2 weeks for free. You got porn leak? No, you don't need fucking porn. You're making your own porn in the goddamn living room. Go to Hulu Plus, press in lowercase Joey. After 2 weeks, you like what Hulu Plus got to offer. It's $7.99 a month, correct? That's correct. $7.99 a month. $8 fucking dollars. Where you going to get that acting for $8 fucking dollars? You know how many movies? Don't get me started. It's called Supersize. And it's called Supersize. It's do with the fucking thing. And they found. Anyway, it don't matter. They got a bunch of great movies on there. They got a bunch of TV shows. $8 a month after 2 weeks for free. So do what the fuck you need to do. Go to huluplus.com or go to joeydiaz.net. Go to the box to Hulu Plus and press Joey lowercase. Get your fucking world started. You can't go out every night. You might as well stay home, eat some ice cream, jumping jacks while you're watching something on HuluPlus.com. Correct? Absolutely. Who the hell you think you're dealing with? Come on now. We ain't fucking around here. I'm not gonna show up here with a bunch of things for you people to sit there and masturbate. If I'm bringing you something, it's a fucking good deal. Same thing with Honor. I don't fuck around when it comes to Honor. Why would I? I'm on the strong, but you don't see me limping. I'm on the strong bone. I'm on the new mood. I sleep like a fucking baby. And I got to get that reefer with an alpha brain. You shoot a fucking alpha brain load and some chick will walk around like a chicken without a fucking head. Go to fucking alpha brain. Go to Honest. Go to the box, press in church. Get your discount. Get your party started. Aubrey's in town this week. We're going to talk about what's going on with Honest this week. We're going to watch you this week and next week. And that's how we fucking do it. Who's better than us? Who's better than fucking you? It's a Wednesday morning. All right, you got your fucking shout out. You know what's right? You know what's going on? I'm in Utah next week with the fucking Mormons. I'm going over there and Brigham Young, Steve White and his fucking bullshit. I'm going to fucking Utah. You want to stop me? Pick me up at the fucking airport, you Mormon cocksuckers. Because I don't give a fuck. I'm coming. I'm going to throw some fucking heat. And the following week along Lexington, Kentucky, the on Broadway. The 20th to the 23rd, I'm going to be rocking Kentucky. I don't give a fuck, Lexington. I love the Bible stuff. Bring the fucking Bible on the Christians. Bring a snake. I don't give a fuck. And the following week, we're going to San Jose. People are ready to hit us up where we're going to eat. I'm going to tell you what we're going to eat. We're going to Original Jones, bitches. We're going to McCormick's and Schmitz, and Leaf Payne. He's bringing the special Jew credit card with the picture of fucking, Jesus with a fucking knife going through his head. I don't fucking know.
I got one question for you.
Go ahead, buddy.
What do alpha brain loads take?
I don't fucking know. I don't take those.
You do. You give me shit. You gave me shit last night.
I didn't say now. I said when I was young, I whacked off and I tasted it just to see.
Yeah, but you called me last night.
Every once in a while, I gotta taste it. That's what your problem is.
No,
you taste like flowers and you gotta eat something different.
No, you said what is the kale juice?
Well, sure. When you eat that juice, you know, you gotta get it together. high.
I am high.
You're fucking high.
I don't
Hulu Plus, you get me aggravated with Hulu Plus. I told you to tell the fucking people what they need to know. The bottom line, $7.99, 2 weeks, and give them a deal of a night lifetime. You know what it costs them if they don't get it for $7.99? Like 22 fucks for them. What do they get? I don't even want to talk about it. Take care of yourself. That's the fucking word of the week. Smoke some dope. Eat some oatmeal. Get a fucking apple. Bring an apple for the teacher. They just don't get money no more.
Yeah, Jesus. No, that's it. We got 2 podcasts. We still have Technical Testaments up. We have the t-shirts, which people always show me, and they're fucking awesome. So go check those out. I don't know, man. That's it. That's all I can think of.
I love that lady today that called. I didn't know that she was going through this type of situation. But you know what? Great situation. Yeah, these fucking idiots out here see a problem with a chick that's good at home, such a pipe. It's a good fucking beef stew. They want to hit something wrong with fake things. What the fuck is wrong? Get it together.
Get it together, man. Jesus, how do you, I can't even imagine what's going on right now.
What's going on? What?
With you, you've been
What's going on? Where?
18 joints by yourself.
So what? That's what you're supposed to do. That's what the church would have put you in. Do it and drink fucking carrot juice and cucumbers and mines. What are you looking at?
Yeah, nothing.
Out the window for you.
I'm not looking out the window.
In a fucking coat for you or something.
I am.
What the fuck are you looking out that window for?
I'm not looking out the window.
Setting me up with the Russians.
Who's with the Russians? Oh, am I setting you up with them? Yeah, absolutely.
I gotta get out of here. You people have a great fucking week. I love you very much. Thank you for listening. Thank you for giving us love on Twitter and Facebook. Thank you for giving Hulu love. Thank you for giving Honey love and taking care of yourself. That's about we're gonna take this fucking podcast to Jupiter. We're going straight to the top of this motherfucker. But I need you people. You follow what I'm saying? You people make the whole fucking week go by. Stay black. I love you. Hit me with the Eagles. The second one.
Oh, I got Fleetwood Mac ready. All right. All right. But quickly, now that the show's over, don't forget to sign up for your free trial of Hulu Plus and start watching your favorite hit shows right now. Go to joeydiaz.net and click on the Hulu Plus banner for your extended free trial, or go to huluplus.com/joey. Again, click on the Hulu Plus banner at joeydiaz.net or go to huluplus.com/joey. This episode is brought to you by Hulu Plus. With Hulu Plus, you get total control to watch thousands of shows wherever you want, whenever you want. Binge on full seasons and watch your favorite current shows like Community, South Park, SNL, and more. Right now, our listeners get an extended free trial of Hulu Plus by going to huluplus.com/Joey. Again, that's huluplus.com/Joey.
All right, ladies, enough for this American Bandstand cocksucker. What's going on?
Every time I turn down the music, where's the music go? Now I love it. I was telling Joey when it came in, I think he just picked something that's happening in front of him and he complains about it. He probably loves ranch. You see what that thing was talking one day? He was talking one day, like, ranch is in front of me? I hate ranch. Fucking complaining about everything, but I'm playing good.
I'm not complaining, I'm breaking. Fucking difference about complaining and breaking somebody's goddamn balls. I hope everybody had a fucking phenomenal weekend. Everybody's safe, everybody's healthy. We had a great fucking weekend. Friday night, went over to jiu-jitsu, went over to the ice house, went out with Rogan and Tom Lee came over. We got fucking baked. That's the UFC. Called me an hour later. I dosed him with a roofie.
You didn't pick up.
Oh, because I went to sleep. I was just as high as you were.
I wasn't at your house though. I was like, all right, this isn't that bad. Like I thought.
I told you, the cookie was 18 milligrams.
That's what you said. That's what you said. But then I got home and I sat down on my bed and I fucking went off. It was like a delayed release, and then you had mint-free weed that was in a hash container, but you said it wasn't a hash. But I know.
I got a lot of. We talk about customer service, and we talk about companies that we love. We got my man Tafoy with his t-shirt company. Got somebody who sent this weekend. I got to write it all down. So Wednesday, remind me to send this hood. We got a mechanic fucking poster in the mail.
Wow.
And we got the stuff from Duck Dynasty. They sent my niece a t-shirt.
Really?
Duck Dynasty. So hey, listen, this is what it's all about. We all work together. Friday, like I said, I got a lot of love from Angie DeMarcus. It's not because she makes great fucking episodes. It's because the story that went behind it. she's just not up there fanning her pussy. You know, she's up there fucking working. She was in LA for a week doing demos. That's when they go to a weed store and just cut fucking edibles and give her away for free. It's all about. So I advertised on Twitter. I was going to be that one from 4 to 5. And how many fucking edibles you need for easy purpose. And I went down there and she gave us a fucking bag. I mean, this bag was filled to the top.
Yeah, that's a big bag now.
It's a big
I
bag.
went over on Saturday.
I had it Friday. I gave some to the Ice House. I gave some yesterday at Ralphie's. These are the cheese crackers. These are usually 180 milligrams.
They're still 180 milligrams.
Unbelievable. 180 milligrams, 90 milligrams. So this is probably 30. So that's what I'm saying.
Now that's
You also,
not 30.
you also get the caramel corn, which is really cheap. You also get, look at this shit, pretzels and peanuts for beer. These fucking peanuts are fucking wet. You also get this combination with the caramel corn and pretzels, caramel corn and peanuts, which is like Cracker Jack.
Yeah, you were trying to give it a new Cracker Jack. So like, look at this one again. One new Cracker Jack.
Put some peanuts. No, what the fuck, guy? This one fucking. What we have? Oh, you gotta finish it.
Well, hold it in a minute. I just
Come on, finish it.
I literally just had 2 minutes.
Well, you gotta get the party going.
The party is started.
You gotta do some jumps. You gotta get the THC kicking into the fucking bloodstream. So I want to just give a shout out to Auntie Dolores and what she does. Go to her website. If you're in California, Denver, all the fucking states that are smoking with 3 hands, you see Auntie Dolores, you get the fucking peanuts, you get the caramel corn, it's delicious. You got a nephew that's kind of fucking retarded. He's 11 or something. You must back of his fucking cock. Who let the piece of this ball in, man? Fuck that little retarded cock tucker.
What's the cock tucker?
What the fuck? So, I want to thank that. I love when people, you know, I'm sick of that. There's no business last Friday. I went to a last Wednesday. Why? Why? Because they work with the fucking public. They have happy hour. They have tacos for $1. You follow me? Once you let people know that there's a fucking deception and shit going on, and you give them a deal, you know, they're still doing buckets for $6. They're still doing $2 beers on a comedy show. They're doing a fucking beer.
Yeah, we went to Portland the other night before your daughter's baptism, and they have like really cheap happy hour at the bar. Like it's like a fancy.
Oh, Hardy Morning, yeah. During the week, you got it. You can't, everything can't be wait till you smell this black beans and you put them together in something. There's gonna be a problem.
Oh, you had Mexican food last
I
night?
had Chipotle in the afternoon. Lunch with my
Oh,
wife.
so it's been cooking for a while.
Oh,
Oh,
it's been
no.
cooking in my asshole, and I had black beans and sour cream. I farted this morning in the shower, and I almost sleeping. I thought I had jerked off. You ever jerk off in the shower, your toe catches a sperm, and you fucking slip like that.
I don't do it in the shower. I live alone. I do it where I want. I can do it right here.
You're a filthy fucking
What?
Jew.
You taste it just because I do it wherever I want. I don't do it in the public area. I don't do it on the couch.
I fucking hope not. You filthy fucking.
Why? You come in every time, anytime I ever talk about a girl,
You're on the
you
couch.
grab a tit, you grab a tit, you grab a tit.
Last night I went to see Cosby with this girl, Ashley. Again, people. No pussy, Ashley. He goes,
It's over, but
it's over. You
Bill
fucking-
Cosby was great. I don't care what you
He
say.
didn't touch her leg. He didn't go for it. I asked her, did she kiss you on the cheek to thank you for gas?
She paid for her ticket.
She goes to kiss you. You gotta grab that.
She didn't.
I grab it like a fucking runaway slave. Just like touch it with your thumb. Just feel the nipple when you go to grab her and hug her. You rub that thumb against the nipple. What a love that shit.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. If they don't do it, they think you're fucking. There's something wrong with you.
They love it for you because you're Uncle Joey
No,
and you're
no,
adorable.
I'm
You
not fucking adorable.
give them a smile.
Look at this fucking face. Look at these teeth. They're all fucking.
Yeah, and they love it.
You're a 24-year-old fucking stud filled with cum. I'm a little fucking faggot. Look at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like Liberace before a young kid came home.
Bill Cosby was awesome.
Was he good?
He did 2 hours. He did 2 sold-out shows. It's gonna be a Comedy Central special. He doesn't need my advertising, but it was that was the first special I ever had. I had himself, the one where he did the dentist bit on VHS.
I love it.
And my dad and I still do that joke. My lip up is on the floor, and it was amazing. Fuck you! It was amazing. So fuck you.
Here you go, cocksucker. Take the other.
Joey told me on Saturday, he said, mind your business. Why are you going to drive down there in traffic? Eat an edible, listen to the album. If you say a fucking thing, it wasn't. It was awesome.
I know. excited. They eat that out of what you need to fucking do is eat that out of One 3 joint. I haven't even smoked 3 joints. I only have 1 joint. A super fucking Blue Dream. This is not the first joint. I took a joint of roaches I had. This is the second joint that you regenerated. Yeah, no. That's the first one. That's the second one. I got 2 more to get back. Look at these motherfuckers. These are Boston Red Sox text messages. Let's do it real quick. Oh, fucking day. Let the pieces. You got a little tiny piece. And I'm watching. You think you're going to eat that right now? Pop. Relax. I already had it. Why don't you have more? Because we cut it in half perfectly. It's 30 milligrams perfectly. Let's go. Come on. Why do we have to cut in half? You're fucking even doing it. I swear to God, I'll throw this fucking knife at you. I'll do you live on a fucking podcast on YouTube. I'll do 30 years because they got me on tape. I swear to God, eat the fucking thing and stop crying. Yeah, I'm make it to work tonight. That's in Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's what people all over the country.
Look at this.
There's 2 pieces. Come on. What about the other piece? This ain't nice cocksucker. Look at these guys.
Look at this.
He's gagging and shit like this. That's the best. That's Lady Godiva. Yeah, but it's filled with weed. It's not filled with weed. It's 10 milligrams of fucking weed.
Can you hear my voice deeper because I've been puking?
It was 30, now it's 10.
It was one of the best pukes I've ever had. Definitely top 3.
Look at this. The beautiful. Wasn't on camera. Where's Tony Bennett? Sick. Oh, God. I don't like these of weed. Like the taste of fucking Burger King cocksucker on you. Is there anyone like that you want to see? I know, I don't know if it's different for comedy, but is there like any musician who you want to see? There's a bunch of people. Listen, first off, I woke up last night at 3:30 in the morning thinking about my buddy who died. He used to Sunday, just thinking about how he used to call me Dick. That's what he was calling me. Call you Dick? Dick, because he would say I was a dick. So he would call me Dick. Big rubber Dick. You gonna come with me? Big rubber Dick. He used to call me Dick. I was just thinking about it. So that song goes out there today. And this I was just thinking, it's so weird how you have these people that like these stupid fucking people that you giggle with, you know. And you crack jokes with, and you call them once a week, and you say stupid shit to them. One day they die, you know. You don't really think about it. You just live your life. Almost said, you're like, Bobby, he was important, or she was important in my life. You know, I was grabbing it to the my friend. Was yesterday like an important day with you and him, or like what? No. Yesterday I went to Ralphie's mate's kids' birthday party. It was fucking awesome. Oh yeah, it was awesome. It was really awesome. Ralphie knows valet parking on the bottom of the hill. They had a mule there. The kids were riding little horses. Ralphie's got a little boy who could possibly be a fucking killer. August could possibly be a little fucking savage. You think so? Yeah. The little girl's really cute. She's 5. August turns 4. And he's, you ask him, what did this guy say? He's a cocksucker. He's really cute, but I hugged him yesterday. I grabbed him over the day. So he called me Mr. Diaz. You understand? He's like, yeah. I don't give my daughter a kiss. You're like a fucking bodyguard. That's your little cousin. He gave her a kiss. He hugged her and shit. Me and him are partners now. Partners. That's it. It's going to be like her older brother. So Ralphie had a catered Mexican, he had hot dogs, equal mashed. I must have had 3 fucking, you know, it's amazing how you go to a thing, people cater it, and I didn't give a fuck about the Mexican cater. I didn't touch that Mexican food. I had 3 equal national hot dogs. They were delicious. Mustard, little raw onions. Ooh. I was telling you, I just got into raw onions. Did you? Yeah, I know. What the fuck you been all your life? How the fuck you're 24 years old? I think when you're a kid, at least for me, like you figure out what you like. And you're just like, for the rest of your life, like, oh, I don't like that. And, like, there's no reason for me not to like it. So, like, after the live podcast, we met at In-N-Out and got, like a single cheeseburger. And they asked... Which, for you people who are losing weight, let me tell you something about In-N-Out. You eat a single cheeseburger without the magic sauce. Yeah. With a raw onion, it's like 8 or 9 points. You're eating half one of those fries, which I don't like anyway, because the fries are gross. So if you eat a cheeseburger from In-N-Out and Diet Coke, it's 10 fucking points. It's not too bad. Yeah. So no, it's fine. Like, I had a headache at midnight. She said, "Do you want onions?" I said, "Whatever." Fine. And it was delicious. Delicious. And I got raw onions. It's fucking delicious. I put it on a salad and tuna recently, and it's like I like this. So it's fine. Oh no, it's great. No. Wait till I take it to that Cuban place again, Criollo.
Oh, that was
Get the
good.
thin steak
Yeah,
with the black beans and rice.
that's what we had.
And I have cut some onions up
That's what they put on my head. That's what I had.
to put on the fucking rice.
It was delicious.
Raw rice. You gonna call in that number, right? Yeah. Call me in that number about whatever 635 is. All right, I appreciate you doing this. All right,
So-
brother, I love you. Yeah, I'm sorry.
This is behind the scenes. No, so it was the setup was already hitting me, so I'm good for about another 10 minutes.
You asked a very interesting question, and I got to be strictly honest with you about it.
Which one?
I don't know too many people who went to more concerts than I did when I was in
know,
LA.
yeah.
Okay. And I got to be honest with you. It was like I did them, to get the fuck out of the house. Like you got to get the fuck out of the house.
Yeah.
And B, to maybe be cool, maybe to be cool in those days. Whatever the fuck it was,
Yeah.
And after concerts I went to, I can be honest with you, it wasn't the concert as much as the journey.
Yeah, it was
Like getting over there, like that. Not even the bus into the city. It was snowing. We made the last bus.
Oh, okay.
We trained into the city. We got into a fist fight. Somebody got hit with a fucking ghetto blaster in the head. Now today, something happened. And I got to be like 27, 28. Something just happened. And I went to see fucking the Dead in San Francisco. I went to see Sylvester in San Francisco, that gay black guy that sings "You Make Me Feel Mighty Real." I went to see a lot of people in small venues, the B-52s. I've been to large venues, like I've never seen Guns N' Roses. That's one band that I stopped going to concerts after that. Like 87, 88, that was it. Now, if I go to those things, no matter what I go to, it's a fucking chore.
Yeah.
It's a fucking chore. I had great seats for the Lakers this year. And the day that I had to go to the Lakers game, I didn't want to fucking go. I was stuck. It was like I'd rather be home.
Yeah. No, it's especially stuff like that. That's why I've always loved stand up. I don't know why, it was in Cerritos. It wasn't at the Staples Center. And I've just always loved stand up. There's not people walking around with concessions. It's like you said, you're sitting down to watch someone, and when you go to see someone like Bill Cosby or anyone like that, anyone was there to heckle him, and he didn't have an opening act. He came out, got a standing ovation, and did 2 hours on one subject. And it was like Steve Simone was there. We probably stay in different areas, but it was just.
How'd you know Steve Simone was there?
He was the one who told me about it. He was the one who told me about.
I think he's out of town.
No, yeah, I talked to him. I tweeted afterwards. He was there, but he did 2 hours on one subject. He's 75 years old, so I don't know how much longer. I mean, it's sad to think like that. Sold out both shows. I went on his tour and said he's touring 3 days a week. He's gonna be in Vegas and San Diego, but the tickets in San Diego are like $400 a pop. So, and this was like 55 last night, so I got the Jewish special. But
it's amazing that I talked to you and you're such a fan of stand-up.
I love it.
Let's get something straight. I never went to a stand-up club to the night I got on stage.
Really? Oh, that's
Never see places. I'd rather you motherfuckers come see me at a dingy fucking strip club with no strippers.
Yeah.
Put the light on me. Let's get some $2 fucking drinks. And let's get fucked up for 2 hours and no pressure on me. I'm gonna give you the best show of your fucking life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the best show of my life. I'm gonna give you one of those shows like the night when I take the CD. It's either you or the priest where I was relaxed. It was 150 people. I didn't give a fuck. That's what I'd rather do. I'd much rather have a smaller venue where I can connect with everybody. But the clubs don't want that because they don't make money. Blah, 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 blah. For me, that's my fucking dream.
Now let me ask you this, because I'm personally not a huge drinker, and it sometimes takes me out of it at the clubs with the waiters and waitresses. Yeah, this was at the theater, so there was no drinks. I'd almost prefer to pay a little bit more.
I'd have no
drinks.
Around.
Would that be cool?
That'd be cool.
It doesn't.
That'd be cool with me.
Yeah.
I'd rather you eat your fucking meal and get dressed for 3 hours. I came up in a different system. I came up with gentlemen. We were 5 13-year-olds and 1 14-year-old. This is the Prior with George Carlin. And we would sit there stoned to the gills, giggling. I want to bring it to the same type of level. That's the level I like my comedy. That's why when we discussed doing the CD, the DVD, It's got to be something more small and dingy.
Yeah.
I want bricks behind me. I don't want a stage with a fucking curtain and glitter and people clapping and people with suits on. I want motherfuckers with leather jackets on and Harleys and fucking,
Yeah.
I want real people there.
I thought a lot about you last night because he came out and like you always said when we were talking about the DVD and he said just from here like the chest up. He sat down. He stood up like twice. He sat down and it was just it's like kind of like you commanded attention and I could just imagine. I mean, in 20 years or 25 years he'll be his age and I don't see you wanting. You might not be touring every weekend, but you're not going to want to stop getting on stage. So I could see you doing that in 20 years.
Yeah. I'm the only jerk off that doesn't have something to say. But you always want to have something to say. Like right now, I have something to say. I can talk about my baby being born, what I think.
Yeah.
Do I really think I'd be at this point in my life? Be 50. I never thought, these are the things that I think about. But I really don't want to talk about it. But he's such a fucking genius.
Yeah.
He knows how to bring it to fucking life. No. I should go to more things. I just get so caught. I slept this weekend. This was the first week I had nobody around.
But you've been on the road a lot.
Yeah, 5-6 weeks. And I had the people in town. And I had my other nephew in town. And if he's not in town, I'm doing a bunch of fucking comedy. This was the first week I did 1, 2, 3 sets. I went to a couple of jiu-jitsu. I went to a couple of kickboxing. I rode every day. I had my daughter in the mornings. I stopped walking in the morning because I realized that my knee pain was from the walking, even though I put on the fucking sneakers. Or a strong bone has really kicked in.
Well, the cement, yeah, the cement.
Well, I got those fucking
New Balance.
The New Balances, so I figured that helped a little bit. But you know what happened? The strong bones kicked in 2-3 fucking weeks from now. I'm going to Dr. Tuesday anyway to see what he's got to say to me. Maybe it's arthritis, but at least it's not the knee pain I had 2 fucking weeks ago. Once a strong bone, that's why I do it in intervals. I don't stay out a year round. I do it in intervals. Because it's like smoking the same weed every day. Every day you're not going to get as high as you do on Monday. How you feeling? How's that little cocksucker?
Guy better calls me. I'm about to be.
You're beautiful. You're fucking beautiful. There's nothing wrong with you. You're a fucking. What's some music?
All right.
Something. What time is it? I don't give a fuck. 6:20. I don't give a fuck. Oh shit. Get up. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day to be alive. You got the world by the balls, man. Whether you're 25 and 50. It's fucking Monday. It's Monday, baby. It's Monday. It's a fighter's color. It's a fighting color. You gotta get out there and grab that motherfucking right in there. I'm gonna be Bravo. I feel training. Announce this fight with Orla Gracie. I think it's Gracie. I'm sorry if I pronounced the words wrong. I've been smoking dope with them this morning, but my friend Eddie Bravo went to eat. I met him Friday night. Yeah, I went to Taco Stand by the Saha there across the street. The hot dogs, you want to eat coffee. I had 2 tacos and like Dolce, Trish, and shit.
How long? I've heard the stories, but when did he do the last fight? Do you know? Was it like a decade ago? Oh, cool.
And all that shit. By the way, tonight, I don't know if you people know it. I don't know how to get to it. I think it's the 30th anniversary.
You love it.
Moses Malone and Julius Irving. So tonight, out of respect for strong from Roosevelt, Long Island, they're going to do a documentary on Julius Irving. I've been waiting for this for years.
Is it a 30 for 30?
No, it's on the NBA channel. This is strong. Cool. This is Julius Irving. And
it's a whole new series.
This is Julius Irving. And for you people who don't know, you just don't know. You're talking about LeBron James. They talk about this guy, like Michael Jordan. Listen, there wouldn't be none of these motherfuckers that are doing Julius Irving. And I got to see it.
So was that the game you went to with the guy who showed you the hooker or whatever?
Yeah, I went to see him. Listen, I went to see a couple net games.
Yeah.
It was a net.
Okay.
With Super John Williams and shit. And Billy Paul's that cheeseburger. And oh my God. The ABA was a bunch of black fucking gangsters. that slam dunked. They had a 3-point line. You know what's that documentary about the ABA? Like John Marone was a Miami Floridian.
Oh, really?
Played for the Miami Floridians.
Oh, I didn't know he was pro.
Fuck yeah, dog. So a lot of people from the NBA, Larry Keenan, Artis Gilmore, oh my God, fucking the other guy, the Iceman, George Gervin, San Antonio Spurs. It was only like 16. Like when the ABA ended, I was like maybe 16. The Kentucky Wizards, I did fucking San Antonio Spurs, the New Jersey Nets. It was only a couple teams. That's why when they had Julius Erving last week on CNN, who you pulling for? It was like, I'd be pulling for San Antonio. They're the old motherfucking Spurs. They had this dude called the Iceman, George Gervin.
Yeah.
My God, they just had these flamboyant black bad motherfuckers, but one of them was Julius Erving. And I remember coming home and watching him play basketball. And I just got left back. And I had played basketball, but I was never really like an avid fan of watching it. And I just watched the Nets one day, and I couldn't believe this black dude with an afro. And the way he would slam dunk and jump over people, the way he could make, he was just a gentleman. And the biggest news ever was the ABA folded, and he went to the 76ers. And New Yorkers were fucking pissed. I talked about it when I was on stage on Long Island. People froze.
Was he on the New York ABA team or something?
He was on the New York Nets. Nets were an ABA team.
Okay.
And the Nets fucking got rid of him to get money to stay in the NBA. So the Sixers paid $6 million for him at the time. That was the highest paid basketball player of all time. And he took the number 6. His number was originally 32 when he was a net. When he went to the Sixers, he turned into Julius Erving, number 6. And if you go on YouTube, man, look at Julius Erving's top 10 slam dunks.
Okay.
You gotta see this. The one against the Lakers when he cups it. I was
seen that. You were there?
I was there. The Sixers would get 2 points at home. On a fucking Tuesday night or something. So just excuse. I was going to Glassboro State at the time. I was I put on there 3 days a week. I got a pretty friend, a bunch of savages. And I stayed in Bergen a couple of weeks. Those days, I got 6 in school on 25 minutes.
Really?
On the way out, you got a coupon. Stuff. Fucking cheeseburger.
Is it worth? Is the audio worth playing or no?
What's that?
I have the
Yeah.
Oh, that's nothing. But it was he did it. He jumped up and he went behind the glass. You were there for that? Where were you sitting?
I was sitting up in the stands. I didn't have good tickets. We scalped tickets the night of.
Yeah.
And I knew. If I'm lying, I'm dying, people. If I'm lying, I'm fucking dying. I knew in my heart the Sixers would win the championship that year. I just knew it. They were just too good.
What year was it?
Moses Malone, 83, was just too good. Moses Malone could take Shaq, take him and stuff him in the fucking basket. Moses Malone went right from high school right to the fucking pros. Moses Malone is who taught Akeem Olajuwon how to play the game of basketball. Moses Malone, if you look at the stats, when he was a Houston Rocket, he used to double. He used to score 29 points a game and 20 rebounds per game as a center. He would fuck everybody up. He was dumb as fuck. It didn't matter. I'm not insulting him. I'm just saying what he was. He was a big country black motherfucker from up there in Tallahassee, Florida, somewhere. And you did not want to mess with that motherfucker. He had brothers. And where's he from? I don't even know.
He scored 27,000 points over his career. He averaged 20.6. He averaged 12 rebounds. And he had almost 2,000 blocks. He had a 50% field goal percentage, 77% free throw percentage.
Tremendous for a center.
He was.
They don't even make him like that no more. That's when you had him. You had Jabbar. You had fucking Bob Lanier.
And he was ABA.
Who do you play for in the
Utah Stars?
Utah Star. Who the fuck did eat all these savages? All ABA players.
And then he went to the St. Louis team. And then when they merged, he went to the
Rockets.
Trailblazers first.
What do these average up there in the Trailblazers? When he was in Houston was when he was fucking motherfuckers up.
Okay, he was in Houston from 76 to 82.
Yeah. And from 82, he went 83, went over to the fucking Philadelphia 76 Tremendous. Listen, if you get a chance tonight, make sure you watch Julius Irving, the doctor, makes the motherfuckers whenever he'd steal the ball on the fast break.
Yeah.
He'd go to slam dunk at Brett Musburger. He'd go, the doctor is making a house call. What's up, baby?
What's happening, Joey?
You know, I'm trying to put the pieces together over here to find you. How you doing? What's going on? What's this rumor? You were in Black Belt magazine last week.
Yeah. We Black Belt did an article on me a little while back on self and on my event, Shogun Fights that I promote. So obviously it was flattered because Black Belt's the original, martial arts magazine.
Original.
Obviously. I'm sorry?
Original. That's what we read before Playboy, before we started whacking off. I used to read mine. I used to read Black Belt, get a hard on and shit. Go to look at the catalog, look at the keys and the patches with Goju Karate, make one of those Chinese though. Fucking.
Well, they don't call me Joey Karate for nothing.
What's up, John Rollo, you bad motherfucker?
Yeah, Joey. So right now, just working on my gyms and preparing for our October Shogun event.
Now, what's the name of the new gym? Combat Sports.
No, we're the school's name Ground Control.
Ground Control.
Yeah, Ground Control. We got 4 of them here in Maryland, and who knows? Maybe it's this someday.
Now, what's Ground Control? Is that a different school in Baltimore?
Yeah. Ground Control is my gym. I came up with the name years ago.
Okay.
With, my buddy Sean Alvarez, and most people in this area. If you say Ground Control, they pretty much know it's John Rollo as well.
Okay. What else is going on, little brother? What's happening? Fucking Playboy, man. I tried to get started when I was stoned. I couldn't find it. And I want to talk to you about your next fights. I want to talk to you about the Cats. I want to talk to you about the Baltimore fucking Ravens. It's
The world champion, Baltimore.
That's right. I'm sorry. I got my man here from the north.
I'm a Pats fan here, so that's hard to hear. But
Well, we gave you a gift 2 years ago, but we couldn't do it 2 years in a row.
yeah, I don't know what you guys are doing though. You gave the quarterback all that money, let everyone else go. You let everybody go to Houston.
Well, come on now. Ed Reed is kind of, look, I love Ed Reed. Maybe the greatest safety to ever play. But, Ed's been a shadow of himself the last few years. His neck and shoulder is damaged. He hasn't tackled anybody in a couple years. And he just had hip surgery. His hip's jacked up. They don't even know if he's going to be back in time for camp. So, Ed's still going to, make a play here and there, but definitely not the Ed Reed of old. It was time to get out with the old and with the new. Our defense is actually improved, even with Ray retiring and Ed going away. So I'm excited for the football season.
I'm really excited. I can't believe it's fucking June already. That's it. It's June. They report already.
Oh man, you know how it is. The time flies. The older we get, the more responsibility we get, the faster the time gets.
Damn, John Rollo dropping knowledge on a motherfucking Monday morning. You see what happened yesterday, John? Now, John, who won the match last night with Aoki and the other guy?
You know what? I do not know.
Me neither.
I was Googling it to see if I could find it, and I didn't find any results on it. So,
What was the fight you're looking for?
He's a bad man with Jama, and Kron obviously is a beast himself, Hickson's son. So, that's something I really would like to know who did with.
Yeah, last night Metamoris, Shinya Aoki.
That was the name of the event.
Yeah, because I know they announced Eddie Bravo's fighting our boy again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they announced it last night at Metamoris.
Nice.
Yeah.
Getting it back. How's his, and he's had, some back issues over time. So, it's exciting to see him get back.
He's healthy. I know Shinya was in the studio with them Wednesday and Thursday practicing the rubber guard. But
Nice. Exactly. Yeah, it's where, I mean, Eddie helped with his technique, you know, guys, don't sleep on Eddie Bravo because he hasn't competed in a while, you know, he's a very, an accomplished grappler and a creative guy, you know. I would sit around with Eddie and we would just rap about jiu-jitsu for hours, you know, while we were medicating ourselves. So exciting, you know, it's exciting that he's coming back, actually.
John Rollo, because of you, I've been going to jiu-jitsu steady twice a week.
How you liking it?
Between me and you, I love it, John Rollo.
Yeah, I told you would. I knew you would. Once it gets in the blood, it's over.
Yeah, this guy on Mondays, this Marcelo, I like this guy, and he runs it tight. You know, the first half hour is just calisthenics and shit, and the next half hour is technique, then you roll. I can't lie to you, John Rollo. I got 2 minutes of rolling. And I got to tap it. I got to do it 3 or 4 times. Yeah.
2 minutes, and then 2.5, and then 3. So, you know, because of you, actually, the last time we got together, we talked about this. You started jiu-jitsu, and you actually had got me to try acupuncture. So I'm actually seeing a acupuncture therapist once a week here, and you know, I'm here to say that it's actually had some pretty good results for some of the pain I was having in my back and in my shoulders. So, you know, it's I thank you for that.
Now, the days that you go, remember, drink a lot of water, right? Even more so than you workout days. And don't plan nothing. It's like Good Friday. Don't do nothing. Nothing. Don't even give the wife a stab. Nothing. Go home, put a TV on, listen to a little music, and make sure you go to bed early and get the hours that night. You'll see that if you go to sleep and wake up, interrupt that sleep, it's like, what the fuck did I do? Smoke 55 joints and drink gallons of beer? Because your body really goes from point A to point B. So, we learn from each other no matter what fucking age.
Chronic Racing won. He guillotine choke 7 minutes in.
Oh, shit.
Nice. That's hey, good for Kron, man. You know, obviously his dad, maybe, you know, the greatest jiu-jitsu practitioner of all time. So, you know, it's exciting to see his son, Kron, have success. You know, Hickson really withdrew from the community when Hudson passed away. So, you know, it's kind of exciting to see Kron out there still carrying on his lineage.
Now, maybe you guys can explain it. I watched, there was a post-fight interview with Schaub and Cyborg, and Cyborg was pissed because apparently Schaub just sat there and didn't do anything. Like, can you explain what happened, or did you watch it, or do you know what happened?
As far as Brendan Schaub?
Yeah, we're like what was the fight yesterday? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
You watch a old UFC fight?
No.
Yeah, maybe it was an old. What event was it?
No, it was on the same card. It was Man and Morris 2, and it was Shaw versus Cyborg. And apparently Cyborg today, I think Brendan has been released. He didn't be released. He's fighting. He's still in the UFC. But I'll tell you what he said was he went in knowing that that Cyborg fucked people up and was like really great. So his goal was to not get submitted, and he just kind of like played around with them, and it just ended in a stalemate. But Cyborg was pissed at the end. He said like he never saw anyone do anything like that. He only goes to fights when people are gonna fight. He was pissed off.
Well, I mean, it's Cyborg's defense. I mean, I know Brendan. I think Brendan's a nice guy. Cyborg is obviously one of the best guys in the world. It's hard to submit a person who doesn't want to engage you. You know, Brendan's a great athlete, you know, former professional football player, 250-pound kid, obviously has grappling knowledge. And, you know, I think it's not impossible to get through a match when you don't take any chances, when you're not trying to win the match. So if that's exactly what went down, you know, I guess if his goal was not to be submitted, that's cool. But, you know, the fans want to see you go after him. Brendan really had nothing to lose. So why not go out there, and even if he passes his guard, threatens him a couple times, that only says more than kind of sitting in a guard and just locking it down and hoping the time runs out.
Yeah, that's what Cyborg said he did. So I didn't know if you guys watched the rest of that card or not, but yeah, that was crazy.
Nah, man, I would love to see this thing. It was an awesome card, and the AF50 and Kron match was one that I definitely wanted to check out.
How long have you been involved with jiu-jitsu now, John Brown?
Since 97, you know, 98. And you know, 98 was the first time I competed, and I met Henzo in '99, and I've been with him ever since.
And you used to go up to New York and train?
Yeah, man, 3 days a week from Saturdays. I would go to New York. I would either go to Manhattan and train Henzo's. Sean Alvarez was in Westchester, and Ricardo Almeida was in Jersey. So I would go to New York on Monday and Wednesdays, and in the beginning Saturdays too. And then as my career went on and I started to meet more of the guys, I would go to Henzo's a couple days, and then Saturdays I would hit Ricardo's, which was about a half hour closer for me. My school was small back then, so we only had class ourselves on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So it allowed me to get up there and get my education. That's my college degree, my black belt from Henzo. So, and obviously you can put a lot of road work in and a lot of time in to, but I've got all my promotions from Henzo, and something that I'm super proud of because, people know that Henzo doesn't just hand belts out. So, the fact that he thought enough of me to give me a black belt is obviously a great honor.
Fucking you and another crazy motherfucker, Matt Sarah, told me when he first got into jiu-jitsu, Matt Sarah would drive from Long Island to Red Bank, New Jersey to learn jiu-jitsu. I did around the fucking corner, and I feel
you guys got a lot to talk about. This is family with traditional martial arts, a lot of karate.
Right. No, he told me about that. He ain't just saying it. But he said that when he first got into jiu-jitsu, he would have to go from whatever he lives on Long Island all the way to Jersey, South Jersey, on Sunday. On Sunday, once a week. That's right. Once a fucking week. That's amazing.
Yep. When I first met him, he was red from a karate. So he was like, well, what 25th, I believe, and karate, the street of karate. So we walked in, there's all the nunchucks, throwing stars, all that stuff, and he would rent match days from them. So, and honestly, Matt, he was like one of the first people I met when I was going there. I actually got to wrestle Dan Murgliata. He used to run an amateur MMA show, and he ran grappling for us. Excuse me. Then my first big tournament win was called East Coast Grappling Cup. And that was Dan's tournament, and I was a white belt. I actually beat a purple from Henzo's in the heavyweight division, and I beat one in the absolute. So at that point, he had asked me if I was interested in coming to train, with them. And I didn't know Henzo well then. I kind of thought, man, I'm going to come up here to have 50 guys in a line waiting for me until they get me. So kind of blew them off. And then 2 weeks later, I went to the Grappler's Quest. I wound up winning that. I beat at the time, their big rival was a team called Mackay. They were a Carlson school. And I submitted their guy in the finals. And Henzo was there, and he was like, you're that thing that takes the streets. Him and Ricardo sat and watched my match, and Ricardo said, yeah, steamroller. So Henzo goes, you're a steamroller. After that match, he gave me his home phone number, his cell phone number, offered me to come up to train. At the time, my instructor was a Dixon Gracie. So I had met him at a tournament that I jumped in, didn't have any experience. He was the rep. I wound up winning the thing, just off my wrestling. And he asked me where I trained, didn't train anywhere. So hooked up with him, within 6 months, hooked up with Henzo. Convinced my instructor to talk to Hickson and see if we could switch affiliations because Henzo was on the East Coast and Hickson was in LA. And, Hickson gave us a blessing to switch over to Henzo. And, been with Henzo since like 99.
Yeah. History of mankind.
Yeah, absolutely.
No one has cared any less about anything.
Man, he's been a great mentor to me. He's a friend. And when I saw you the last time in New Jersey, I came to see you and Joe perform, and then went to the Sun and John Jones matchup in New Jersey. And I stayed at Henzo's house, Friday and Saturday night. So, he's become a great friend as well as a mentor. And I'm happy to have a dude like that in my life. He's super positive, very, very smart guy. He brings the level in the energy in the room up when he comes into it. So, I'm thankful to have him around and be able to call him if I want to bounce something off of.
You're fucking sad. Now tell me about these events you've been doing because
Your voice
we've been
is
friends for a long time. I remember
It was
telling me at the
cute.
beginning, and they got bigger and bigger.
You got rid of my
You
fucking.
see, now look at you. You're fucking Shogun of Harlem.
Yeah, but we're doing, this is my 8th one. October will be the 9th. I personally think we're the biggest regional show around. We do anywhere from 4,000 to 6,000 people at our events, and I don't have, the name brand people like Chuck Liddell, like, George St. Pierre fighting. So the fact that we can bring in, 5,000 people to the First Marin Arena, which is the venue here, like that's where Jay-Z would play, it's where Motley Crue would play, if it's a big concert coming here, that's where we go. It's been an amazing ride for us. We've developed some talent, guys like Dustin Pay have made it into the UFC on the Ultimate Fighter show. Jack Cody Donovan, he's currently fighting in the UFC. I think he's won his first 2 fights. He's fought for us. So, I'm not delusional. I'm not a guy here trying to compete with the UFC. I'm a guy here hoping to give guys in our region proper exposure and the proper opportunities to be able to get some experience fighting in front of a large crowd, and maybe one day, a guy like we have, like Frankie Edgar, maybe we'll have a guy from this region who's a world champion, and I'll be able to say fights on Shogun. We've had like 5, 6 guys going to the UFC. We probably had a good 10 or 15 guys who have fought in Bellator. My crowds are actually bigger than Bellator's crowds, but I just don't do the frequency of events that they do because I don't have Viacom backing me. So, any TV people out there that want to get involved, let me know. But again, the UFC is great. Mark Ratner came down and testified for me when we were getting mixed martial arts legal here. I actually had to lobby and go before the Senate and the House of Delegates to speak here at the state capitol in Annapolis when we were getting the law passed. Michael Murch also came down, who's the attorney for the UFC. Both of these guys were like, couldn't have been more helpful. Were very supportive. Actually, thanked me because they were like, man, if everybody we didn't have to be here. You had everything, all the legwork done already. So, I had to call them and ask for dates. That way I'll be trying to avoid UFCs as well. But now they do so many shows, and I have to take what's available to me at the arena. So sometimes, the shows overlap. But I do my best not to because I'm here to promote the sport, not to try and compete, with the NFL of mixed martial arts.
Bad motherfucker.
I'm trying, my man. I'm trying.
What are you weighing at now?
Oh, I'm about 280, 285.
Are you still a rock of fucking Gibraltar?
Yeah, I do what I can. So, I try to stay in shape, still roll with the guys.
Now,
obviously don't have time to train like a fighter, but hell, I'm a 44-year-old man now and trying to make my money with my brain instead of getting hit in the face.
The other thing about you is you got a great tattoo in the back of, Jesus jumping out the devil and all that stuff. But the best is...
Oh, yeah. Real men love cats.
Oh, my God. The other day,
De Niro, I always use this line, but De Niro in Meet the Parents. He was riding with Ben Stiller. He told me, he said, everybody, dogs are boys. You got to earn a cat's respect. So, don't let anybody pet him. But, cat, he's going to be a little leery to come up and let you get involved. So he's going to have to see you're all right before he accepts you into the circle.
There's a cat in the house that keeps messing up my fucking fan. I turn it off. And I think he doesn't like when I turn the fan on in the room because he has to leave. I can't figure out who it was. He was between Superbad and Harry. So the other day, I get in my office, I'm having the worst day of my fucking life, and this cat pees on the fucking fan. This time, the fucking wall. So basically, I called my wife and I go, when you get home, all the cats are going to be dead. She goes, what happened? I go, I'm just killing one of these motherfuckers today. So I sat there with the baby steaming. She walked in, I gave her the baby. I picked Superbad up, I brought him in there, slipped the pee, and I spanked him twice. Then I picked up Harry, I did the same fucking thing. Why? I don't know.
Yeah, they say they don't know what, at that point, they don't know what's up.
I'll tell you
we both have a passion for the cats, and the mayor here actually asked me to do a anti-animal violence campaign a few years back, and it's still going on, where they say only a pup would hurt a cat or a dog, because animal abuse actually went up after the Michael Vick ordeal because young kids in the city saw him doing what he was doing to pit bulls, and they all thought, well, it must be cool if this big athlete's doing this stuff. So, yeah, man, they had a campaign here in Maryland and Baltimore. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first place where they can actually put you in jail. Like they made a straight up statute here about animal abuse, and you can get your jail time for it. So, the mayor is very, she's a real pro animal. The first three people she asked were myself, Adam Jones, who plays for the Orioles, and Jarrett Johnson, who at the time was with the Ravens. And, it's been a great experience for me. It led me to work with an adoption service here called Barks. They're a no-kill rescue here in Baltimore. And, it's been real fulfilling. Like, as many people go around, recognize me from the mixed martial arts stuff in Baltimore, as recognize me from the billboards and the bus stop posters they had of me holding my cat Doobie. And, basically, with that slogan, only a punk would hurt a cat or a dog. And the poster got a huge response because I'm a 285-pound, 6'2", padded up, kind of, Jerry can tell you I'm not a small guy. So to see me in a tank top holding a little tuxedo cat, it got a big response because people were expecting us to hold the dog. So, it led to me doing the show Must Love Cats and adopting
I watched
cats
on that, yeah.
that fit here. Yeah, so that was all pretty cool, and anytime you can help, an animal, it's always my opinion, Joe, and people that don't know, the dude I'm talking to has